been on this for fucking 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. It's Saturday, bro. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right, ready? 3, 2,
1, and we're live. Before we start, I just want to do a quick salute.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
With
Thank
some
you for having us over.
OGs. With some OGs
Thanks
today,
for making
baby.
it out here, yo. OGs with Fast Company.
Let's go.
Before we continue, thank you for tuning in. If you can please like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, I'd really appreciate it. Sorry about that. I am your host, Rob Vega, a.k.a. Robberryy, a.k.a. Dad. We got my co-host, Evo, over here.
Yes, sir. Here we are.
And then we have a first-timer, Rich, if you want to introduce yourself.
What up, Rich Gang?
Yeah. We got FC Gene in here.
Yes, sir. What's up?
I mean, here's the thing. So, I think I lost your first episode. I guess it just wasn't meant to be because I've never lost any episodes.
That one hurt me too, dog.
Right?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, how do you...
Hey, what's fucked up? That's your pops. How do you lose that episode? Hey, if your dad beat your ass, man, I'm about to help him.
And that's
knock some sense into this guy.
And that's the thing, like,
Get it right.
There's a lot of gems in there, but, you know, we could always do another one, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thank
man. You know, we got founder of Fast Company, founder of Lower and Lifted, correct?
No, yeah, well,
Oh,
right
no.
there, right there.
Yeah?
I
You
got
want
my
to say
camera
that?
right there. Yeah, we're close.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely close.
So, I just want to mention something. Rich was a big part of getting this phase 2 of Fast Company.
Okay.
He was a big collaborate to making this thing happen from the Vegas side. So
Yeah.
he had a big part of making this thing a success from the beginning.
Right, okay.
So that was his role. You know?
Yeah, for the second chapter of Vegas, right?
Sure.
At the end of the day, though, man, this man brought the power. He brought the whole grand scheme of things to the table,
Yeah.
and we just executed it to bring 2 tables to one.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, man, my man right here, Gene.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right.
That's like big bro. That's big bro.
Hey, well, that's the thing.
big
That's
bro.
teamwork out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
And then that's family
Yeah.
right here,
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean?
That's two worlds
We don't-
colliding
we-
right there, dog.
Oh, we don't skip a beat. It's
Hell
not
yeah.
colliding. We just don't skip a beat.
So
man.
you out in Vegas? Is that where you
Yeah.
at? Hell yeah.
I grew up right here in La Puente, right here
Okay.
down the street.
Yeah.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
so here's the thing.
Just like him.
Well, first of all, on the way out here, okay, so he was telling me a little bit about that. I heard you got deep roots here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how far back do you go with your
So,
history in La Puente?
At the end of the day, man, my family was here, and I graduated in 95, so that's telling you my age right now. Whatever. Fuck all y'all bitches. Nah. But, you know, we've been here for a minute. My grandfather came over here, opened up a body shop on Abbey Street.
Yeah.
They've been here for a minute, and, you know, I love it. Went to high school here, went to elementary, went to junior high. I went to, what was that, Del Valle Elementary.
Okay.
And then I, just kept going from right here and been right here since day one. So
Nice, man.
Yeah.
So Rich, elaborate a little bit about that. I mean, how many years was your grandfather when he came here and he pretty much started everything here?
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? 60 years?
Yeah. So my grandfather was a old school gangster. He did not fuck around. If you're gonna work on a car, either you do it right or don't do it at all. That's just the way his motto was.
Hell yeah.
Get down with it, or if not, get the fuck out the damn kitchen.
Yeah.
Basically. So my grandfather had Impalas, he had Chevys, he had old school Fords, he had all kinds of shit in the body shop.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, man, if you ain't gonna do it, don't do it. Get the fuck out of the shop.
Right,
You know?
right.
And so, I was a little travieso back in the day, so I skated. I was like, man, fuck this. I'm out.
Oh, I thought you meant literally, but you were out of here.
I was out. I just, my grandfather was like he was hard. He was hard, and I
Yeah.
get it now.
Right.
But elaborating to what you're saying, we've been here for cold-hearted minute, and
Yeah.
I know where all the menudo is, the pozole.
So, hey, we
go
I've been asking
tomorrow.
the wrong guy where the good asada fries
I know,
at.
dude. We've been.
I'm
yeah.
fucking up, dude. Hit up Rich.
We gotta ask Rich
dog.
for the asada fries out
I'm
here.
out here every fucking weekend, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
So when I mentioned to Rich that I was pretty much, I came to La Puente in like maybe like 80, no, like, I was like 15, so I was like 85.
Right.
And I said, hey, Rich, I've been here since 85. He's like, oh, yeah? So he started bringing out some things that I was like, oh, wow. I have no business talking about that or sharing any comments about that.
Oh, okay.
His roots go so deep inside.
Yeah.
And I was completely like, completely out of classification when it came to that.
Right.
At the end of the day, though, man, he has his roots here. You know,
Yeah.
we grew up on Abbey Street and La Puente, was it Hacienda Boulevard?
Yeah.
Right there in Glendower Boulevard.
Yeah,
It used to be
Puente High?
yeah, it used to be
Puente Park?
Yeah, right down the street from there, man. Like all that temple, all that shit was like our stomping grounds.
Yeah.
So you know, as a kid, that's where we kind of grew up.
That's a trip.
Yeah, man. It's crazy now that the two worlds, like you're talking about, the two worlds collide.
that's
You know,
what's
up.
realistically, that's how things get brought around. You know.
Yeah,
And,
full
hey, man,
circle.
hey man, this cat right here, gangster motherfucker right here. I love this.
Both
cat.
you
I love this cat.
motherfuckers, man.
I love
Both
this
you
cat right here,
motherfuckers,
though.
you
Nah,
know?
Not at the end of the day, though, man. You need a solid motherfucker like this right here behind you. You know
That's
what
what's
I
up.
mean?
That's
I'd rather
what's
walk
up.
in. I'd rather walk in with 3 than walk in with 15.
Yeah.
That's all I need. I just need 3.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah.
He'll take care of his. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'd rather walk in with 3 than take care of with 15, man. I'm not worried about 15.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's
true,
cool.
bro. That's true.
Yeah,
That's
and
how we do it.
and that's crazy because you were already living in Vegas when you guys met,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and
Right.
then
Right.
and you guys already had. So I mean, that's a trip. How like you met him in Vegas and you were out somewhere else, or you know what I mean? And
Right,
it's
right,
more and so
right,
somewhere in
right.
Southern California, but it's like you guys were from the same city and shit. You know, like that's just
Well, that came into play a little bit later on, but
yeah.
Yoshi, who's the one who invited me to the show,
In Vegas.
Vegas.
Got it.
where I met Rich and some of the other guys that I met in Vegas.
Yeah.
And that's how this whole thing kind of kicked off. But I don't know, I felt a really close connection to Rich. As soon as we started talking, it was really weird. Like, we just, like, connected. It was just really different, you know what I mean?
Right.
You just feel that, you know?
Yeah. Then I find out, oh, fuck, I grew up in La Puente. What a fucking coincidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's a
it
trip.
was just one of those things, you know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, and it's crazy because even when we kick it now, I gravitate to your humor and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's
I've been
like,
talking shit though, man.
that's what I'm saying. That's where we at.
I'm on the wild side. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit on the
That's
wild
exactly
side.
where
I
we
seen
live.
him with his 18 pack. I was like, oh, that's cute.
He said 18 pack.
Let's get that bottle going. You know what I mean? We ain't done
For
yet. We
real.
ain't getting started.
I'm over here like, I'm about this pack right here, no problem. And shit. He's like, don't even open that shit. Just leave it at the store. No, we out here drinking some Jack and Coke.
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Jack
That's
and
what's
Coke.
up.
Man,
Yes. Here we go. I got my ultra though. Hey, shout out Andrew.
Shout out to
Shout out
moms.
to, where is Andrew?
Where is that motherfucker?
He's skated, man. He's done.
Nah, wife was like, you better get home.
Yeah.
Even though she got the blessing, because mom's got her to get the blessing, but no, he's like, I'm about to get in trouble if I go still.
Damn.
Hey, but you know, I'm gonna tell you guys, take it back to Las Vegas. So,
Yeah.
homeboy over here was like, "Hey, so this is your car?" Like, yeah. And he was like, "All right, it works. It looks all right." I had some shit going on with my car, you know, trying to get sponsored, kind of trying to get things going on.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, man, we met eye to eye, and he was like, "Hey, dog, cool, right?"
Yeah.
And then the day he was like, "Hey, cool." I was like, "Oh shit, all right,
Yeah.
man. Hey, let me get that Fast Company sticker." He was like, "Nah." He was like, "Nah."
Yeah.
Time out. Hold up. I was like, "All right, I get it," you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, though, man, like we all came together. We all understood each other.
Right.
The grand scheme of things was, you know what? I'd rather walk in with 10 or 15 than walk in to 30 or 50.
Right.
I'd rather walk into like 15 hitters than 30 fucking lanes.
You talking about straight quality with the cars right now, right? Yeah.
right,
I'm sorry, and
right.
I didn't really introduce it to anybody. So, Fast Company is a car. I don't know how what would you want to call that?
It's an elite group.
An elite group that involves cars, right? And then Rich had his, I don't know what you want to call your group over in Vegas, car club, elite group.
Yeah.
And then you guys kind of meshed together, right?
Yeah, we're a collaboration of, there's different guys at the time. They came from different groups,
Right.
to come together to Fast Company. So Fast Company is an elite group that brings in different cars of the same type of quality, same type of mentality, same type of mindset. And that's kind of what formed us up. You know
Right, right. Okay, yeah, that's what's up.
You know what's cool though is we all a bunch of we all mess. We all talk shit. We all have fun.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, it's not even about the car too though. It's about the person that comes with it.
Right, right.
If you got a
It's
truck,
a personality.
yeah. If you got a truck, if that shit messes with us, you know, at the end of the day, man, you gotta have fun.
Right, right,
Talk
right.
shit. Be live about it.
Yeah.
You go from getting a 12, 18 pack to a bottle. What the fuck you trying to do, man? Like,
Well, here's the thing.
well, you know what I'm saying, though? You know what I mean? Like, hey, come on, you know.
It's
like,
it's definitely a mesh, and you know what I mean. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we would have gone as far as we have if we wouldn't have meshed. I mean, definitely the personality and the relationships and the way we come together is a big part of what we do.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you can have a great car, but if you don't mesh with what we have, then you're out.
And with the
Gotta
crew,
go.
right?
Yeah.
They gotta go.
Right. And basically, like, getting along with the people as well, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So one thing's to have your car, and the other thing is to see your person and whether you are a fit.
Yeah,
If you're
see
not
it.
a fit, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you drive.
Right. Understandable. So,
Shit, yeah.
me and Evo are in the pursuit. You know, we're still very young. We're still getting 18 packs. We don't do Jack and Coke yet. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I guess we're working our way there. You know
Welcome
what
to
I'm
the
saying?
show.
Here's the That's what I was saying. We got to shout out to Mom because she hooked it up with these drinks. And I
Yeah,
don't even
seriously.
know
Cheers.
what's going to happen in this next hour.
Yeah.
After this
Hey,
cup.
we finna
For
party.
real.
You know what's crazy is like the thing is these two are two like
We're like the doppelgangers. Dog.
yeah, literally they're too similar to get like they're too similar to each other. You know what I mean? Like this is the old Evo or you're the
real.
old Rich and this is the young Rich.
And
You know what I'm
you're over
saying?
here taking over.
Yeah, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
what it is, dog.
There you go.
We're the
There you
come-ups, for sure.
But like I was saying, like for us, like you know, we're still young, we're still growing, we're trying to find balance in our life, and one thing that we understand is that's very important is having outlets, right? So what inspired you guys to start your own guys' elite groups, and like you know what I'm saying? Like I guess you know what I mean, or how did it start? How did it come about? As far as your interests, like, did you guys ever think that you would be part of two different elite groups? You know what I mean? Or, yeah, like, kind of be in this, like, niche that you guys are in right now? Because, as far as I know, there's probably, like, almost probably, like, the two known car clubs ever. Right. You know what I'm saying? And for sure one of them is Fast Company. And or at least in Cali, or I'm sorry, in Cali, because Nevada, you know what I mean. You guys have your car club over there. You know what I mean. Want to talk about a little bit how that started, or like what was the mentality coming up? Like, did you ever think you would be here with that?
Well, I mean, it's a long time coming. I mean, it's something that I've had in the works for like 10 years.
Yeah.
But in order when you build an elite group, I mean, it's like everything. You have to set an example. You know what I mean? So. It took me a while. I mean, finances has a big role in coming into this. There's a lot of sacrificing along with budgeting. There's a lot of things that come into play to get the best of the best out there. Yeah. So it's something that I've been planning for 10 years until it became something, and I thought about it, and I did start a first group, and unfortunately, it didn't turn out what it was supposed to be.
Right. It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. So that dissolved. We still were Fast Company. We had two cars in the group at the time. And I had made a visit to Vegas, met Rich, met some of the guys from Lower Lifted out there. Right. And I was really impressed that a group that was not so at least I didn't really know much about them, had so many quality cars. Right. Brought my attention that I was like, wow, these guys have so many cars that look right, that sit right, and they have the right personality across the board. Right. Brought my attention a lot. So came home, thought about it for a long time, talked to moms about it. I go, what do you think?
All right. That's teamwork
and
right
she's
there.
All, Yeah, I think you should talk to somebody. So, what we did was something that's never been done before, where you have an elite group
Yeah.
that incorporates other clubs, but only the elite cars of other clubs.
Correct.
So he was part of Lower Lifted at the time. So I brought something, kind of like a vision to him, and say, hey,
Yeah.
it's never been done before. You either belong to one club or another club.
Yeah.
So I called it, this is more of an elite group.
Mm-hmm.
So I pitch my vision about it.
Yeah.
Talk to your people. Tell them if it's something that interests them. You know what I mean?
Interest them. Yeah.
Yeah, and see if it's something we can do. It's never been done before. Either belong to one thing or another.
Yeah. Yeah.
He made his contact to his people. We did some talk back and forth.
Yeah.
And pretty much the rest is history. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we came together, and we just been getting better and stronger. And
Yeah.
we don't
More
carry.
known.
Yeah, I mean, we don't carry 100 cars, but the cars we do carry, carry a punch. They definitely make a statement
Yeah.
on what they're doing. There's one outside right now, and
Yes,
I think
sir.
that'll speak for itself.
Right. Right. Yeah. I
Bad
understand.
motherfucker. Like I said, I drive a truck.
We'll get there though. We'll get there.
Hey, keep drinking. Salud, salud. Hey, at the end of the day, though, man, we all came out. We hung out. We all meshed out, and that's a cool thing, though. You don't get a lot of people that you vibe with like that.
Right.
In the
And that's a
world,
huge thing, right?
In the world, period, though.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
It's
in the world,
very
period,
rare.
I get them. I get Yoshi. I get I get a lot of people that were in the
Yeah.
car club that just came. Man, I could get with that.
Yeah.
So that's what made it stronger. As in, people were from the West Coast or the East Coast asking like, "Hey, man, how do you join?"
Right.
Time out. Right? Hey, time out. Hold on.
Yeah.
We ain't going that far.
Doesn't that trip you guys out though? You got people like from way out there just
Yeah.
like tripping out on you guys. Like,
you got people overseas asking.
that's
Yeah.
wild. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
That's a big thing, bro.
Come on.
I was about to say, like, how do you handle all that?
Yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
a lot
That's
of
a lot
light
of
right
it.
there. That's a lot of light, bro.
That's
You
a
know?
lot of attention. That's
For
a lot
real,
of
dude.
even hate too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, we.
Okay, how do we
So listen, hey, hold on, time out. Hey,
One thing at a time. One thing at a time.
There you go. One thing at a
Yeah,
time. So you can take the wanting to come out and get on. I get it,
Yeah.
but the way he presented it to me was like, hey, Rich. So when they ask you what you want, how do we get there? What made sense was, how far are you from the rest of the cars? How far are you from that car? So
Oh.
there's a car out there, right?
Right.
There's a car out there and says, how far are you from that car?
Right.
Um,
Right.
I don't want to say he's a piece of shit or
Right, right.
you ain't shit, but how far are you from that? How
Yeah,
far
that
are you-
quality of vehicle, right.
How far are you from my boy Yoshi? How far are you from my red badge Rick? How far are you from fucking
People that are in the crew.
Yes.
Right.
How do you get there? Okay, so doesn't mean to wrap it. Doesn't mean to fucking throw a big ass fucking thing on it.
Yeah.
Just be subtle about it. Be a hitter.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're a
Like
hitter. Yeah.
And the thing of it is,
You gotta have taste. You gotta have taste.
It's in Dubai. They ask us, "Hey, how do we get these wheels?" I'm like, "Rich." I'm like, "Hey, come on, Rich." I'm like, God.
So yeah, I mean,
Do some homework,
Rich is
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Rich is laying down.
Figure it out.
Rich is laying down some solid information there, and here's the thing. I mean, if you follow us and you look at the cars that we have on our website, I mean, every guy on there is a hitter. You see
Yeah.
a lot of car clubs out there, and you got to give them props. I mean,
Right.
there's a lot of car clubs up there that have great intentions and being something big.
Right.
But for me, it was something beyond that. It was something that I wanted to do something that was beyond just the norm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted to get people that shared the same vision, something that's people that are willing to go outside the box.
Yeah.
People that are willing to do something that no one else has done.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And that was, I think, the key to our success from the beginning.
Yeah.
When we started, even to this point,
Mm-hmm.
we have guys that are willing to go way outside the box. Like say, fuck it, I'm going to go way out there and put something together that like no one's ever seen before.
Yeah.
So, if you ever follow Scat Rich and his car
Specifically.
specifically,
Yeah.
he was the one that first brought this wide body car from
I'll put a little picture right here.
Yeah,
something
so
crazy.
Bad, bro.
Yeah.
something like that it's never been done before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you bring some of the other guys that have done the journey, have done the distance, have came the distance.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, fuck. We're not nowhere near there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody's doing their own thing.
Yeah.
You gotta give everybody
Right,
props for what
right.
they're doing.
Right.
You're
And
right.
it's all in a positive thing. It's the car community, and that's what
Yeah.
really matters. I mean, this is something that I've dreamed about for the longest time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's come in reality.
Yeah.
But the big success to everything that we've done is the people that are involved.
Right.
The quality of the people, the quality of the,
The
cars,
vibes.
Right.
the vibes,
There you go.
and the
Yeah.
fact that they share the same interests and they're willing to go and test the limits of everything that nobody's ever done before.
Right.
That is something that
It's rare.
it's rare.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what's bringing a lot of attention to us, like people from the West Coast.
And it keeps you
From
guys
the
real
East
tight
Coast.
too, like real, like
Because like I said before, you have to be the bar.
exactly. Yeah.
You got to be the bar.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, exactly. And
Gotta be the bar.
and it starts with setting the example.
Right.
You can't talk about something if you're not doing it.
Right.
You got to
gotta be
walk the talk. You
Right.
know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
yeah. Right.
as far as the car group and everything that we've done, it's gone to the East Coast. It's gone over across the world.
Yeah.
To Europe.
Overseas. Yeah.
It's gone to Dubai. It's gone all over the place.
Yeah.
Insane.
You know what I mean?
That's
So-
fucking nuts, dude.
yeah, dude.
So it's
That blows
something
my
that
fucking mind, dog.
so it's something that
Damn.
no one else is doing, but they could do if they want to do it. You know what I
right.
mean?
Right.
And I think that's what separates us from everybody else.
And it's crazy because one of the main things that I notice, I mean, me growing up, I'm understanding how important connections are, quality time with people that you care about. Like, that's the shit that really matters. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So for
Right.
me, is like, I don't always spend time with the club or the elite group, but it's like whenever I come around, that's like the one main thing that I actually enjoy and like I actually look forward to is to spend time with the people because it's just so organic and like you said, like everybody just understands each other and we can all just have fun and you know what I mean and just like have a good time, man, and just
Well-
like even today, man, like okay, I'm gonna be straight up. You were in a shitty ass mood this morning, right? When you picked me up, we went over there, and then we started drinking the double jacks with Coke. So, hey, listen,
Hey, don't blame me.
Well, there was a few things that played a role in that you didn't know about, but
but see, that's I understand. I'm not saying that I'm not saying how you were feeling this morning wasn't valid. All I'm saying is you felt a certain way, but you got together with your crew, you got together with your buds, you know what I mean? And like, dude, you were crying, laughing in there, and I'm just like, keep the jacks coming, keep them
the
coming,
jacks
goddamn it,
coming.
keep them coming.
So-
you know what I mean? You're drinking those shits like water, you know what I mean? And then like,
Let me elaborate.
She's over there
elaborate a
chilling.
little bit, Rob. At the end of the day, though, you have to understand what's
wanna go
going,
handle?
what's
Yeah.
going on in life.
Yeah.
Some days people have a rough day, right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
Everyone has a rough day.
right,
When
right,
you come and have a rough day, you ain't gonna record shit.
yeah.
I ain't fucking. Like,
No, you good. Go ahead.
So you got to do your thing, and everyone has that.
Yeah.
Everyone has that stuff.
Right.
But what brings light to the table is I'm gonna go fuck around, open this engine up. I'm gonna smash on the freeway.
It's the
We're all
outlet.
boys. We're all boys. You know what I mean? With you, mom, whatever.
Yeah.
Go fuck around and go just have fun.
Yes.
That's the one thing I did not understand when I was a kid with my grandfather. Rest in peace. He's right here on my stomach. I
Yeah.
got him tattooed with me. He would take care of me like a motherfucker right here in Abbey Street.
Yeah.
It ain't far from right here.
Yeah.
But he would say, hey, you know what? If you don't get it, I get it. I'm not worried about it. Make sure you understand it when I'm dead.
Yeah.
And the thing of it is, though, if you bring that to the table and you are able to understand that and you're able to grasp it and move forward,
Right.
it's reality. It's a reality.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a reality.
And that's the thing, and it's like if you could grow up with it, right? It's like it's something of like it's a priority for you, but also it's a great outlet, right? A healthy one,
For everybody.
right? The cars, right?
If you're going to go work on the car, sand a car, buff a car,
Yeah. Wax
cut
it.
cut a car.
Yeah.
If you're going to take an aggression on that,
Yeah,
cool. If you're gonna go play football, if you're gonna play baseball, whatever the fuck you want to
Right.
do, cool.
Yeah.
No big deal. But you gotta.
It's necessary.
You have to.
The outlet is necessary,
you
right?
have to have an outlet, right?
Yes,
right,
yeah,
right,
absolutely, man, absolutely, and that's great to hear. And I mean, you know, we got our few outlets. One of them is this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talk about all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? One of them is
That's cool.
Is
That's
soaking up the knowledge from the OGs. You know what I mean? So, you know, so that's what it is. And like I said, it's one thing I had a question about is, like I said, you guys have so much. Well, this is catching wind. This is getting some momentum now, you know, and I'm extremely grateful and I'm happy for it.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, me and this dude been working like every week, every day, you know, after work, you know, doing the damn thing, showing up, working till this time, and then going home, and then going to work again. You know what I mean? Hustling, right? And we're working for it. We're earning it. And just a few weeks ago, I had like a little bit of altercation on Instagram, you know what I mean? And it got serious, you know, a lot of shit talking going on. People was getting their feelings hurt, you know what I mean? And I mean, definitely not mine, but all I'm saying is I think the only reason it's like, how do you, basically what I'm trying to ask is like, you know, how do you guys manage the hate going on that's coming towards
that's
the
a good
clubs?
I already had one today, so
That's what I was saying. You look
Yeah.
like you had a lot to say about that noise.
yeah. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you know what? I'm not giving a fuck about what. Excuse my language. But
You're good.
ahead,
I don't-
dog.
You're good.
I
Yeah,
don't-
go in.
I don't give,
Go
I don't
with
give a
them
fuck about what
motherfuckers.
anyone cares about my build. I really don't give a fuck. I had a dude say, you know what? Your bills, you can't put the cars on the floor. You can't do all this.
Right.
I'm not concerned about that. When he called me a spick, though, that's when that's kind of when things
Yeah,
get
yeah.
educated. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm gonna see this cat. I'm gonna fuck around and see this cat in Vegas. No big deal. It's gonna be quiet like it was. No big deal. But you know,
On a huge scale, how do you guys deal with it? Because, I mean, not everybody's from Vegas, right? You
Yeah.
can't just see every dude that is hating, right? So, like, how do you guys internalize that and kind of deal with it? Like,
at the end of the day, for me,
Yeah.
everyone actually enjoys our builds.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, like I said, you guys are the most known ones. So you guys
Well-
know. So basically, what you're saying is you don't get that much hate because, I mean, it's an
You
elite
know.
group.
You know where you at.
Right.
You know your
Right.
place, dog.
You are the bar.
Yeah.
For
Right.
real,
Exactly,
what Rich
exactly.
got the other day, I felt it was somewhat of a rarity.
Yeah.
Because for the most part, we get a lot of positive comments.
Right.
We get a lot of, you know, attaboys. Hey, good job. Hey, you guys are really stepping outside the box with this thing. This thing's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But what we got the other day for Rich is a rarity. And usually, like, something that I've talked about before is, you know, you look at someone who's making a comment like that, most likely it's somebody's maybe not getting a lot of recognition, and maybe they're just trying to get some clout,
Right.
or maybe they're just trying to get some
Get your guys'
momentum
attention.
going, and maybe want us
Yeah.
to respond on something like that.
Right.
And you have to be ready to recognize those signs. You know what I mean? And be
Yeah.
and
You got to be rational when
Yeah,
it
and
comes
you-
to the people
yeah,
that are
right,
coming
right,
at you.
right.
and be responsible when you make a response to something like that.
You know, I woke up and I seen that message and I told my old lady, I says, Instagram at Subellavita. I says, hey girl, how would you handle this? She says, don't even respond to that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this motherfucker. I'm going into this fool. I'm gonna fucking DM this motherfucker.
Because you know him too, kind of, maybe.
Because I'm in Vegas.
Exactly.
Hey, motherfucker, I'm in Vegas. You're in Vegas.
Right.
Go over here to fucking 7513, whatever the fuck you want to meet up at.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You know, my girl's like, hey, leave that fool alone.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know what? At the end of the day, I get it, but don't call me a spit.
Right.
Don't, you know, that's a problem with the world nowadays. It turns into being like a
racial
problem,
thing or
man. It
something,
turns into
or-
being a problem.
Okay.
We already grew up in that shit.
Right.
We already been called all kinds of shit growing up as Mexicans. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to go into that shit again.
Right.
If you want to bring it to my table, then let's go. Come on. You know, but
Yeah.
when I was 15, 16, 17 years old,
Yeah.
I already went through that.
Mhm.
You know, I'm fucking 43. I ain't tripping on that shit now.
Yeah.
But if you want to see me on the backside, we'll go over here in the back of the corner. No
Right.
big
Got
deal,
it.
man. But don't do that shit to my table.
Right,
Don't do
right.
that. Your table, your table, your table.
Right.
Just don't do that shit.
Mhm.
You know, the rest of the world's already fucked off. Don't involve me with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
leave me out of it. We're actually righteous men here at this table to be worried about that type of shit.
Right.
You know, don't involve me. But if you wanna tug on my tail, let's go.
Right.
I'll see you over here. So
yeah.
I
can respect that.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
respect that.
yeah.
And it makes sense, and you're right, because I can understand. I could, like, after you gave that explanation, I could understand the frustration. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like there's already enough going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, yeah.
Right.
But you have to expect something like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
you're
something
right.
that
You're right.
it's
You're
something
right.
that there are going to be some very few people that
You're
maybe
right.
are the most insignificant people that are going to make those type of comments. And when
Right.
you look at these people and you look at their page or they look at whatever they're doing on their media,
Yeah.
it's insignificant to what we're doing.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it makes a lot of sense for them to reach out to say what they need to say.
Yeah.
You know,
Poke
for
at
the,
somebody.
exactly.
Right.
For the most
You know,
part,
yeah.
I don't really pay attention to anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's somebody that's very significant and is doing
You're right.
something
And might hold some
positive
weight.
You're right.
or carrying some weight or doing
They
something,
might not even say it like that though, right?
and they're
Right,
doing
right.
significant things or making positive moves
Yeah.
in the world or in their lives,
Yeah.
they don't say things like that.
Right. Right.
know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
And the people that are not, and the people that are in a different mindset, they're
Yeah.
going to say something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are the people that usually are
Right.
insignificant as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and one thing I did learn from you too was I remember you did mention something like, you know, if there's, you know, if you do have a big light on you, you know, people are looking to you to make the most responsible choice. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Or a drastic reaction.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Either you take it and you run with it, or you be an asshole like I would.
Right, exactly, yeah.
yeah. 'Cause I wanted to take flight, man.
Right.
Honestly,
And see, and the thing is like that's how I was when that guy, you know, a few weeks ago came at me, because I actually personally knew him, and I kind of always knew there was an underlying little, like, you know, it's like the joke hate, when you know they're hating,
Yeah.
but they're always joking, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And so like it kind of, you know, I kind of went off on him and stuff, and it got pretty personal and it got real public. But I just think like yeah, I mean, moving forward, I mean, it's not worth the energy. And, like, what am I going to do? Like, fight every single person? What am I going to do? Waste all the energy? Like,
Right.
I mean, I'm over here doing, at least trying to do positive shit over here. And it's
Right.
like, being consumed by all the hate is just going to turn me into, like, whatever the fuck they are.
That's
you know
the
what I
fuel,
mean?
though. That's the fuel, too. That could be the fuel for us, too.
Right,
Right,
exactly.
right.
I guess that's how you
Right.
channel it,
Sometimes it's
right?
the fuel for me, dog. I don't even care.
Well, it's kind of like what
You
I
know?
mentioned before. I think the people that have the wrong mindset are in a different mindset or a different frequency wave.
Yeah,
They're going to put their foot in their mouth before you know it. It's just a matter of time.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and it's going to happen. And when they do, then you're going to be able to segregate, okay, I knew that thing about that person,
Yeah.
and now I know for sure.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean? So
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, like Rich says, you know, you got to go with your gut instinct.
Yeah.
You know, you can think your gut instinct will never lie to you.
Right, right,
You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear
what
that.
you do right here, man, is a positive influence on people's lives.
Appreciate that. I'm trying.
You take
That's what it
it,
is.
you take it, and you. Everyone's understanding what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it's our talk or someone else's talk, everyone gets it.
Yeah.
You know, if you sit there and listen to it, understand like it's really not that big a deal in life on what the rest of the world's thinking.
Right.
You know, what we're doing or what you're doing is like I get it. It's perfect. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I don't need hate in my life.
Right.
He never needed it. You never needed it.
Yeah.
He never raised you with it.
Right.
That's your old man. Your mom's never raised you with it.
Right.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
You know, Happy Homes right here down the street right here. That's monster. You know, the streets right here, the streets on the corner right here.
Right.
Little monster.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you're doing something different, man, continue with that. Be a positive thing in life.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward, bro.
Absolutely.
That's what's cool about things.
Yeah,
You know, that's
absolutely.
what's cool about it.
I appreciate that too, man. Definitely. Yeah, that's you know, we trying. We definitely trying out here. Rich, do you I don't know if I know this, but do you have children?
I got a 20-year-old Eric.
Oh, okay. Cool,
Yep.
cool.
He's
Nice.
21 years old. Hey, that's my boy right there.
Nice. I never met him. Where's he at?
Hey, we sip up. Hey, I keep my boy fucking secluded, man. I don't bring that shit out to light.
Uh-huh.
You know, the reason why is I don't want him to be out in the limelight. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
Fucking love that kid, man.
Yeah.
I give him what the fuck he needs, what the fuck he wants.
Absolutely.
But I shelter him, and you know, that's my baby. That's the only baby I got.
Yeah.
Kind of like what you got.
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
I shelter my boy though. I can kind of keep it secluded.
Uh-huh.
You know, yeah, that's my boy though.
Yeah. Okay.
21 years old. Yeah.
Right. That's what's up, man. That's cool. I mean, and I mean, basically, it's like, you know, one thing that we talk about growing up is like, you know, trying to figure out how we're gonna find old ladies. You know what I'm saying? And you know, especially in this new generation. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's the only reason why I ask. I mean, is there anything like significant that's different that your son has brought to you when it came to dating women that's different that you can't even explain to him because you grew up in a different generation?
It's definitely gonna be hard. It's definitely gonna be rough. All these women out here are, you know, you got your Instagram. Excuse my language. Instagram hoes. You got whatever the fuck they're doing, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's rough.
Yeah.
So luckily for me, I found my lady out in Vegas. And what's crazy is like I found my girl in Vegas.
Yeah, can you put it just a little bit closer? Yeah, we good. Yeah, you get right there.
I found my girl in Vegas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't. The day I found her, March 17th, I didn't think I was gonna find her, but at the end of the day, that's my lucky leprechaun.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, and I'm short. She's tall. You know?
Oh, she taller than you?
Yeah.
You a climber then? That's what's up.
Hey, this dude's trying to.
I've just got into the tall women too.
You just gotta climb up and knock them down.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Because you don't got a choice out here, man. Sometimes they be coming through that door. They're like, oh shit, hey, you better pack a lunch for that one.
I'm over here like she looking real long, bro.
Hey, I'm telling you, y'all too similar, man.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
I'm for it out here, dog.
I'm cool with it.
You with the challenge?
That's all I ever like is a challenge, bro. That's what I'm saying.
When I met her, I stepped on her foot so she didn't run.
There you go. Take it.
Wisdom, dog. I'm about to use that.
My old lady though, she's cool as fuck though. I love her.
Hell
She's tall, but you know she's
don't
tall
love
drinking
this.
water, man. I
That's
love
what's
you know. You met her.
Yeah, she's cool.
Your
Cool.
mom's met her.
Yeah.
Cool woman.
Cool people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
but going back to your question, I mean, we're definitely different, living in different times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Growing up and in my era, there was no Instagram, there was no media. You met girls, you know, the average way. You meet them wherever you're at. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
And
right.
you did it traditionally.
Yeah.
That's
you know what I
crazy.
mean? The times of today are definitely different.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
where everything's at your fingertips. You know, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have
Yeah.
a whole bunch of things. You know what I mean? It's definitely changing the traditional way of how you meet women.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
And it's fucked up.
we're in a different era.
It
It's
is
fucked up, is it?
It's fucked up because you don't meet a girl like we was talking about, man. You don't meet a girl like you know, you go to a skate park, you go to fucking it's fucked up because you don't meet a girl like that no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to go to a fucking
Try to catch him.
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
it's fucked up.
No, you're right.
You meet them in Tinder, you meet them in Skype,
Yeah. Instagram
You do-
too.
there's
Sometimes
all these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely, you know, it takes out all the genuine things of
Right.
how things were done.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
back in the day. I mean, I remember
Record
when
a tape, press play, let a
Yeah.
bitch listen to that shit. You know what I mean? People don't know about that shit.
I mean,
if you had to record some shit, let that
That's
shit
right.
play, hit the button. Oh, I'm on the romance, you.
That's
Yeah,
right.
like, whatever the fuck it may
I
be,
mean,
you
no
know, like,
voicemails and shit.
man.
if you want to take it back, I mean, I remember my mom telling me that in Mexico,
Yeah.
you know, she on Sundays, the women would rotate around the plaza one way, and the men would come the opposite way.
Ah.
And if there was a man or a woman that liked one or the other, they'd break a confetti egg on them. and that meant that, hey, I'm interested in you.
Oh,
That's how Stone Age things was
That's
back
insane.
then. Nowadays,
Dude.
you have
That's a true-
all this technology
Yeah.
that is completely different. And here's the other thing: my mom dated a man that she mentioned to me a long time ago that she said that she would sit in front of her doorstep,
Yeah.
and the man would sit 2 blocks away, and they did that for 3 years and never said a word. That
3
was in
years.
Mexico.
That was-
that was the way it was done.
That was dating.
That's crazy.
That was dating back in the day. You know, very conservative. And so
Rich, like, I can't keep my hands off her. I can't do that.
exactly. So
I feel you. Same.
humanity has come a long way.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
to
yeah.
where it is now, where your guys' generation is completely
fucked
different.
up.
Yeah,
Fucked
You
up.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, you coming over? You got a bottle? It's a wrap.
That's it. Jack and Coke. Yeah. So things are a lot
Unreal.
different from where it was back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
back in those days. I
Right,
mean, even
right.
in my days, you still did things traditional. You
Right.
meet agreement. You meet a woman or you meet a girl.
But
Whatever.
even then, I mean,
even to go on a date.
Hey,
You
I
know
got
what
a
mean? Like, go to
question
the
for
movies.
Gene, dude.
let's do it. Let's do it.
yeah.
What was your biggest pickup line?
Ah.
Ooh, what was the pickup line back in the day?
Well,
Was there
what
any?
was the icebreaker back in the day?
Oh, the icebreaker. There you go.
Yeah.
the icebreaker.
Hey, Mom, let's go. What's the icebreaker?
What's up with that
Hey,
story?
there wasn't really an icebreaker. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends. It really depends on the person.
Right.
Yeah.
It depends on how you carried yourself. And there really, if you carried yourself very well, and you knew what you were about, and you were very confident,
I'll get
there
this
was
thing
no
was,
pickup lines.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
that was
like-
true. You're right.
It
Hey,
was-
what's your
it-
name?
it was all about-
Hey, you come up creased up. You come up with some shoes. You come up with a shirt.
I'm like,
That's a
hey,
wrap.
I see
Yeah.
what I attract. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
I'll do that way. I see what I attract, and so far it's been pretty fucking good.
Well, I mean, the podcast
Yeah,
has
you
definitely
see,
been helping because it
okay.
comes to you. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
that's another. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This
I mean,
shit
it
be
is a-
boosting it. But you know what, dog? But still, though, motherfucker, that shit is like working, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Working it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I ain't
right.
gotta do nothing.
Right.
I sit
Right.
back and wait.
Right.
So I mean,
You know?
I mean, back in my day. I mean, in my day. I mean, in my area,
Right.
or my era, or at least in my group,
Yeah.
it was
Mine's
about
too.
everything is based on who you are,
Right.
how you-
Status.
how you status in the group that you're in,
Yeah.
and around the people you hung out with,
Right.
And if you are in a high status in that group,
Yeah.
or in that circle,
Yeah.
you really don't need a pickup line.
Right.
You're gonna come across very genuine, but for me, I mean, there was very few times that I actually stepped out that comfort zone.
Yeah.
One of them was with your mom,
Yeah.
and she definitely turned me down.
Oh.
Go outside. We can talk. Go outside so we can talk.
But I definitely had some very negative consistencies against me
Right.
on that I was completely outside
Right.
my knowing about.
Yeah.
Until I came into full circle of what was happening.
Yeah.
Because it normally didn't really happen for me. So
Yeah.
that was something was really rare for me.
Yeah.
Until I came around to first circle and I figured out
What was going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is not happening right now.
Right.
With something going on.
Right.
And so when that happened, it eventually came to first circle.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I mean, like I said, for some people, they need pickup lines.
Right.
For a lot of people, they just have to be in their zone. They have to be
Right.
very confident on
It's
who
like
they
whatever
are.
works for you type of
Yeah,
thing, right?
you know, and if you know who you are and you're very confident who they
Yeah.
are, and you're around people who, I guess,
Yeah.
know who you are,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just have to come across very genuine and say, "Hey, how you doing?" There's really no pickup lines
Right,
that happen.
right.
It's really no different from where we're at today.
Yeah,
It-
not
it's
too
such-
much.
yeah,
It's
you
just
gotta-
different. Yeah, different
Now-
settings.
Nowadays,
You
dog.
just gotta pull up with your fucking long
That,
sleeves.
no, dog. I feel like, look, nowadays, if you even say, hey, what's up, how you doing? Like, it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
what are you trying
you're
to do?
right. You're right.
Da-da-da-da.
But
It's-
but it's the way you say it.
Right.
You gotta.
I
There's
don't
the
know.
way you have to say it. If you say it a certain way with a swag, and I don't know if it's a swag or not, or whatever you guys call it.
Right, right.
It's. I think confidence plays a big role in what you say and what you
Definitely
do.
Yeah.
Definitely does.
But
And
see,
if you come across it 100%,
right.
I think they feel it.
I think that does come with confidence.
I mean,
right?
it's true,
For
but
sure.
it's very true. But here's the thing: one thing that I know for sure, because I'm not that great at that what you just explained. But one thing I know for a fact is that I know he's good at that. Right? He's good at it. He's good with words. He's smooth with it. But we run into it way too much, where it is a problem. And I think when you guys, I mean, in that era, I just think that it was more accepted, right? Now it's not really accepted unless we're in the fucking VIP club with bottle service. Then they're gonna listen to us. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing with the rest, what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So you're here. That means you're good. Nah,
Right,
bitch.
right.
Nah, bitch. I got more to offer than that. I didn't even worry about that.
Right.
I'm not worried about a VIP thing. You know?
Right.
I got more to do.
Right, and that's the thing,
Yeah.
and I think it also goes back to like where are you finding your partners, right? Like, you know, I'm not gonna go to the club and find my future partner there. You know what I'm saying?
But what if she was just the right one? Just they told her to come out.
Then and
What if she's about the bottle? What if she's about the bottle?
and you
know
guys
what I
were
mean?
just there at the same time perfectly, and you're
Just
not at the club all the time.
That's destiny, baby.
Then it happens. Then it would happen. Then
So you know what's crazy? I met my old lady on March 17th.
I was going to ask you that question too.
Yeah, I met my
how'd you
lady-
pick that up?
Man, I stepped on her foot. So she didn't run.
oh, you literally
Oh,
stepped
so
on
you
her
really
foot.
did that?
Man, I literally stepped on her foot.
broke her
That's
foot?
she run, yeah. So
Okay.
her name's Sue.
Yeah.
When I met her, it was funny though. It was March 17th, and I was like tripping out. Like,
What year?
How you
What
put him
year?
on the spot like
7
that?
years ago.
birthday.
7 years ago.
All right.
Do the math.
No, because
You tell me.
I think this is important. I think
The year.
this is important. The year and the date.
Yeah.
The fact that he knows the date means that
I know it was March 17th. I don't know
7 years
what
ago.
the year was, but I'm just
Got
saying
it.
March 17th. But she, you know, I'm short, so my old lady's tall. And
Wait. Do
we're
we
dancing.
can we get like numbers? Do you know the numbers? Like height?
She's 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
Heels 5'12".
Right.
Yeah,
6 foot.
whatever. 6
Yeah,
foot,
yeah.
I'm
7
short,
inch.
dog. I'm flat-footed. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But-
Y'all are the same height, no?
He's like, I could fight though.
yeah.
Oh, I'll still throw him. Oh no, I didn't ask about that. I didn't ask about that.
Yeah.
But my girl, though, you know, I chopped her down. That day, you know, the thing of it is, my old lady.
How'd you break the ice with that one though?
He stepped on her foot.
Yeah, I stepped on
For
her
real,
foot.
for real?
Yeah, I swear to
I
God.
believe
dog.
him.
I
Oh,
swear to God.
shit.
Yeah,
I believe
I
him.
ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
She was right about Deckham and shit. She was like, what's up?
Nah,
I'm from Vegas, you know what I'm
so the thing of it was Sue. My family knows my
Damn.
girl, man. They know my girl, man. She's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I stepped on her foot. I pushed her.
God damn.
Yeah, man. She was like, "Oh shit, hey, come here, man."
Oh.
Yeah, and so you know,
Had her at hello, huh?
yeah. I think it took like 3 years, 4 years until I asked her to marry me. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Y'all met my old lady. She's
Yeah.
cool as fuck, man.
Yeah.
She's the most giving, loving person in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the fuck I'd be without her.
That's
You
what's
know,
up.
she's cool, man. I couldn't ask for more, and I didn't know that I would be going to Vegas to find her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the crazy thing.
So you didn't live there? You just were visiting?
No,
Oh, okay.
I grew up in La Puente right here, down the street.
Yeah.
Right here from your podcast. I grew up right here down the street.
Crazy.
And so,
Full circle.
Yeah.
I'm
so
here now.
I did a little bit of time, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I went up to, I got out, and after that, I went straight to Arizona Pipeline.
Yeah.
They gave me a job.
Right.
They said I went there Monday. I said, give me a chance.
Yeah.
He said, we ain't hiring.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I dipped out.
Yeah.
Came back on fucking Wednesday. Hey, you hiring? We ain't hiring.
Yeah.
I dipped out.
Yeah.
Came back on fucking Friday. You guys hiring or not? I'm fucking done. I got the same fucking lunch pail, same fucking sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm fucking. You guys hiring or not?
Yeah.
He says, you know what? Come back on Monday. Go for a drug test. I've been with the Arizona Pipeline for 15 years.
Nice.
So I went up there. I did my thing. They shot me out to Vegas to go put some pipeline in the ground. I said, you know what? What do I got going on right here? You know,
Yeah.
tired of freaking California. Tired of the traffic, tired of the mortgage, tired of fucking rent.
Yeah.
Fucking tired of this shit.
That's what we own, dog.
Fuck this shit.
That's what we own right now, dog.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah.
It's 24/7, do your thing, do whatever. You know, no big deal.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Vegas, man.
Yeah.
It's the world's playground. That's
Right.
one thing. It's
I
a
believe
world's
it.
playground.
I believe that.
Yeah.
It's a world's playground. If
Damn.
you go there with 15 racks, you're gonna go drop it. If you go there with 30 racks, you're gonna drop it. If you go there with 50 racks, you're gonna drop it. Or you might will it or something. But you know, at the end of the day, Vegas is a cool spot. I love
Yeah.
it. There's no state tax. There's no fucking.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
So and then I went to March 17th. I went to the club.
Yeah.
Met my girl Sue, and yeah, man, the
That's
rest
where it
is with
is.
her,
Yeah.
man.
That's
So-
what's up.
But one of the things that Rich is missing out of his story there is something that collaborates in every one of our members, is that we reach for something that no one else is reaching most of the time. And Rich, like he said, he's gone to the company 2-3 times. I want a job,
Right.
blah blah. And if you ask Rich where he's at now, he's running crews,
Yeah.
beating deadlines,
Yeah.
getting promotions. He's making a company more successful than it was from where it started.
Yeah.
And I think that transcends into what we're doing in the car scene.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks volume for
Right.
every one of our members.
Right.
That we're not average people.
Right. Right.
At the end of the day, man, like you just got to look at what you're gonna do in life and
Right.
how you gonna accomplish that.
Absolutely.
How you
Absolutely.
gonna take care of people behind you?
Yeah.
Gene, my boy Gene, he does not look at things and says, "I'm just worried about me."
Yeah.
He is a guy that says, I'm worried about me and the rest of my homeboys behind me or
Right.
around me or
Yeah.
with me.
Right.
My grandfather used to tell me, don't surround yourself with successful people so you know how to be successful.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, exactly what Rich is saying. I mean, everything is connected. Everything connects the dots. And as long as you connect the dots, you can fall back into the history as far as where these guys come from, what
Yeah.
have they done, and then you can see the pour out.
Yeah. It starts to speak of who they are.
Exactly, and the pour out of their projects, the pour out of their lifestyles, the pour out of who they are.
Right.
And if you talk to more members in our group, it's the same pour out.
Yeah.
It's just in different directions.
Right. Right.
We don't have guys that are just, okay, well, we're living, we're just doing the average stuff.
Right.
We're doing beyond things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think in life, it depends in what direction you're going and what you use for what is meaningful to you in your life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This to me, I mean, the car scene and what we have done in the car scene is something that's been in the works since I can remember.
Yeah.
But as far as actual planning, it's been over 10 years.
Yeah.
And what it's become is, it's set in stone. It speaks for itself.
Right.
But it begins with the little things, like, with what your work ethics are, with what your thought ethics are,
Yeah.
with what you're willing to sacrifice to,
Right.
to do things outside your box. That transcends into your lifestyle, into
Right.
your family, and to everything that connects to that.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So it's beyond just a meeting with a girl. It goes beyond just a meeting with another person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It transcends into way beyond things like that. You know what I mean?
Understandable.
What-
Definitely. Definitely.
What we do
and-
in life is monster. What we do in life is monster. So the thing of it is, when I die, I want my nephew, my goddaughter, and my other nephew, my other goddaughter, I want them to fucking understand what the fuck we're doing.
Right.
No big deal. It doesn't matter that it's in that lifestyle that we're doing, but be that same monster on what you're doing in life.
And what you want to do. Right. Absolutely.
Or
Yeah.
what you
Go
wanna
in.
do.
Go hard. Right.
what he's doing.
Yeah.
What he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely. Yeah. Definitely.
carry that shit. The problem is common sense ain't coming no more.
Right.
That's a problem nowadays, bro.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's a big, hey, bro.
You almost have to freestyle that thing nowadays. There is
Yeah.
there is
yeah.
no plan.
Man,
there is no
right.
written
Yeah.
plan or,
Yeah.
or
And that's a
architectural
struggle.
behind the thing.
That's a struggle.
Make it happen.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
you have to freestyle this thing. There is no book text behind it. You just
Right.
you do it. You know, there's things that you need to do. If there's things that you feel passionate about, you got to follow them. You got to go with your gut feeling.
Right.
Whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I think, like we spoke before, you and I, you know, we talked about a lot of things, and my expectations for you have been to different levels. But at the end of the day, we are definitely in different worlds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think we've crossed those paths before, where I've mentioned to you is like, you need to find your path.
Right.
You know, and I think when you find those paths, you got to find the paths that make you happy, and you got to pursue them. Whatever your dreams are, wherever your goals are, we're in that lifestyle now where, you know, you don't do things the way we used to do it traditionally back in the day.
Right.
Where you were content with finding a job that is union or non-union.
Right.
And you did it, and that was it. You found a job that paid $20-25 an hour, and you're like, fuck, I fucking hit the lottery.
Right.
There's a lot of jobs, and there's a lot of people that hit those type of landmarks.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck, I fucking made it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of sacrifices to get you to those spots.
Right.
But sometimes, you know, you reach those, then you reach another level. You're like, fuck. You know, I reached a level that is like this fucking big.
Right.
And you're like, how do I fit into that? You know what I mean? So now you're going into completely different
grounds,
different lay of the land. You're like, whoa. Most people only think this far.
Right.
But the reality is there's a fucking world this fucking big.
Right.
And that's where you need to, you know, kind of sense like, fuck, okay, there's this, or there's this, and there's also another section where you kind of feel like, okay, this is what I want to do to be happy. And at the end of the day, it's what you feel content with, what you feel like, what really interests you, what is your real love, what is your real passion about life. Us growing up, and Rich, I'm going to speak for you too, we were just content with getting a good job. And making some fucking money, paying the fucking bills.
Taking care of family.
Exactly. Paying the bills, taking care of the family, paying the bills, things like that. Things have really changed since then. We have media, we have technology, we have YouTube, we have all kinds of shit. And it's really changed the playing grounds as far as where you're at and how things...
And how you can progress now.
Exactly. So, I mean... There's so much opportunity out there that media can help you out to do a lot of different things.
Right, definitely.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, and like you were saying, like, I mean, at the time when you, in your era, you guys were content with that. But the thing about it is, that's like, there wasn't really that many options either. You know what I'm saying?
I want to be honest with you, we weren't content with that.
Right.
We weren't content with that.
Right.
That's
why you guys where you are now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, we weren't content with that.
I understand.
I went to prison. I did my time.
Yeah.
I think your old man did his time. He did his thing, you know?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we got out of it. We went there, and I slung him. I had to sling him.
Right.
I had to. I had no other fucking choice.
Yeah.
You know, but we got out of it.
Right,
you know,
right.
We progressed. We moved. We don't be stagnant in life.
Right.
Don't be stagnant in life.
Yeah.
Period.
I feel like don't be afraid to want more either. You know what I mean? I feel
of
like
course
people
not.
are afraid of that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Just don't be stagnant in life.
Right.
If you're gonna do what you want to do, hey, dog, do it and be the best that you can do. Do it.
Right.
That's what's up.
Yeah. If you're gonna do it, just be the best at what you're gonna fucking do in life.
Absolutely. Yep.
If you want to be a podcast, hey, dog, be the best podcast motherfucker in life. I'm the best pipeline in my life. I'm the best pipeline. I'm a laid pipe.
That's what I was
That's
gonna
what
say
I'm gonna
right
do.
now, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
We both lay pipe, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a pipeliner?
I'm an electrician.
Oh, yeah. It's
Different
I
pipe,
lay
but
different pipe.
yeah.
But we still laying pipe, though, dog.
It's a respectable trade.
Yes.
It is a respectable trade.
Sir.
Right. Yeah.
Fist
I'm
bumps
cool
all
with
around.
that.
Hey, listen, if my job's got me laid, I'm happy with it.
What's up?
I said, if my job's got me laid, I'm happy with it.
Laid?
Laid, dog.
I'm lost.
You've never got laid because of your job?
Of my inspection job?
Well, I don't know about
Yeah, you know what? You're
but
right. Actually, yeah. I mean, I guess.
we going a
I
whole
guess it's
different
lucrative.
route now.
I guess it's
We
lucrative, right?
doing a whole different thing now.
I mean, construction jobs are great. I mean, they like the
They're
hard
good
hats
jobs.
and the
They're good
vests
jobs,
and the
yeah,
good
for
jobs.
sure.
Right.
Oh, definitely.
Well, and just to give a
Hardworking.
backstory for everyone that's watching, before we got here, I was with the Fast Company team, and we were at Yard House, and we went there for lunch, right?
Yeah, we were there all day, drinking all day.
We started drinking from
Yeah.
like 2 p.m. all the way up until like 8 p.m., literally nonstop. Came straight here, so we're a little lit. Sorry if you guys can catch on to the
They gonna know
whatever,
what's up,
bro.
but
Yeah, whatever.
but we
I ain't
here.
gonna say sorry to them. They're mad they ain't here, dog. Come on now.
So yes, I mean, if you see the shades on, there's definitely something going on right here.
Yeah, don't worry about that shit.
They know what it
Don't worry about
is. It's
that,
1
yeah.
a.m. and they got that shades on
Hey,
all
hey.
day.
But one thing you can count on is it's whatever we're saying, it's real.
Yeah,
Some shit.
You know, there is
Absolutely.
no
That's realistic.
fakeness going on right here.
Ain't no
We're
bullshit.
speaking from the heart.
Ain't no
Absolutely.
bullshit.
Like I said, bro, I
Absolutely.
got some wisdom in me today.
Yep.
sure.
And that was like the biggest thing for us, and so I'm glad we were able to bring it together finally. Rich, I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
you for coming on, man.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It
man.
wasn't
Thank
even
you.
planned, but I'm
Thank
glad you came through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Dad, thanks for coming again. And I mean,
Absolutely.
and it sucked too because, like I said, I lost the first episode. I don't know how it happened, but I mean,
And
like
we
I
were-
said, it just wasn't meant to be. I
We
guess,
were
you know
all
what I
waiting
mean?
for that one.
I know. Maybe I might find it. Maybe it'll pop up somehow. I don't know. We'll see.
Shit, yeah.
But yeah, man. Thanks, you guys. We got an hour in already, and we're
Yeah.
Hey, y'all got some more shots or what?
dude. We got a
'Cause
whole.
we ain't done yet.
Here's the thing.
So here's my thing. So this episode is it's going to be very slim to none that we're going to do this setting with Rich, myself, you, Yvonne.
Oh yeah,
Again.
of course.
So I think it's
Yeah,
a special
right.
episode. I think there's
Yes,
a lot
sir.
to be said here.
I agree.
So
Oh, by all means, if you
how
want
do
to
you
keep it
feel?
pushing.
How do you feel about extending this?
Oh, we can go. We can keep it
let's
going.
let's keep it
We can
moving.
keep going.
All right,
Part
so-
two, pull that shit up then.
Yeah.
Come on, let's keep it moving.
Yes, we need a refill.
So now that we got the introductions going and we got
Yeah.
all the things out flowing here,
yeah.
let's get into it. What do you guys? What are your questions to us? And what do you guys? You know, I seen your podcasts and they've been very informative for me. I got to know a lot about you. I got to know a lot about you.
Yes, sir.
I got a lot to know about how the generation is working now.
Yeah.
So, you know, what?
Okay, so all right, so I mean, one thing that we found interesting about creating this platform is, you know, depending on what the topics we talk about, right? It's like we've been able to attract the right people, depending on. We've been able to attract, you know, different mates. We've been able to attract friends. You know what I'm saying? Because of what we've been able to put out through here, and then people can grasp and understand who we are in a better, deeper sense of who we are. What things did you take from it when you started first watching the podcast? Of maybe him or me, or just, you know, as a collective of the generation? Like, what was so different that you didn't really understand or know about until we started posting these episodes and things like that?
I think for one, I think it gave me a bigger understanding, a broader understanding of things that you've been kind of telling me throughout the years that I didn't understand at first when you were telling me. And I was thinking, well, this shouldn't be any fucking different than what we're saying, what I've been talking to you about in the past.
Yeah.
But it's definitely is different. We have technology. We have a whole bunch of media shit that wasn't available to us.
Yeah.
The fact that, you know, you've mentioned in your podcast that you know, finding a mate is different from where it was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I think back in my era, in my time, you were still able to do things traditionally.
Right.
You know what I mean? Things now are definitely not traditionally.
Right.
You know, you can be meeting all your girls or all your partners on media. where you don't have to go out anywhere
Yeah.
to meet them, and you can just hook
Right,
up
right.
wherever,
Yeah.
right? That was unavailable to us.
Right.
So we still did things traditionally back in the day where our parents did it traditionally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there was a lot of things that I saw on your podcast that I was not aware of,
Yeah.
especially your the way, you know, you did things, the things that you do, things that we talked about
Right.
that I didn't know you were doing.
Yeah.
Which was somewhat of a, you know, at first it was somewhat of a spike for me, like thinking, oh shit, you know, you're doing this thing, or
Right.
but you know,
That's what I told
our
you
things
today.
are going back to where, you know, mom and I talk about and say, hey, we did some pretty crazy shit back in the day too.
Right, right.
So, you know,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
he's our son, but you know what? You know, we did some crazy shit too. So, what he's doing is along the lines.
It's not bad of what the fuck we're
Yeah,
doing.
it's along the lines of what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Want a refill?
We're just not telling people, we're not publicizing
Right,
it,
right,
so on
right.
and so forth. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
It's definitely
Shoot, we got refills.
it's definitely changing the plane of what it was then,
Oh,
what it is
Lord.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've learned a lot
Yeah.
from you guys. You know, from you guys and your podcast,
Yeah.
your guests.
Mhm.
I've learned a lot of what the generation is now.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? That I didn't know.
Yeah.
And maybe it's something that you were trying to tell me throughout the years and I didn't get. I go, well, this is what it is. It's black and white, and that's it.
Right,
You
right.
do this or you do that.
Right.
I think you guys taught it well, though, that we want what you guys want. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, we see what you guys got, and, like, we want the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what we look for.
yeah, financially,
You know what I'm saying?
emotionally,
Definitely.
mentally,
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
We're
so I
more
get
old
that.
school, I feel like, on that part. You know, than
Right.
it's like, because I have a 22-year-old brother, dude, and he's a whole different crowd.
yeah,
That I'm
That I'm
definitely.
just kind of like, dude, they're just wilding out instead of like settling. and
Reckless.
shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of seeing the white picket fence and the American dream, bro, they ain't want that. I don't know what they want right now.
Right, yeah, they don't even know what
You
they
know?
want, honestly. Yeah, dude.
Well,
It's crazy.
I mean,
It's
think
crazy.
about it. I mean, back in
Yeah.
the day, I mean, I shared with Robert in the past is like in our era, you know, when my parents were, I'm first generation here. My parents came from Mexico. Their American dream was buying a house, being
Right.
legal in the United
Right.
States.
Yeah.
That was
priority.
hitting the fucking lotto. And if you had two fucking cars,
Thanks.
I mean, you're in the ball game. I mean,
Right.
you're rolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Got it together.
You know, and if you have a pull to boot, it's like holy shit.
Right.
You know, you're
Right.
Beverly Hills
Right.
Billies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's what it was. I mean, nowadays, it's not about the house. It's not about everything. It's about a lot of different things. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So
Yeah.
things have changed throughout the generations of time and people, and all. The media actually plays a big part in what's
Right.
going on. You know what
So
I mean?
now, as a full-grown man, watching the things that we discuss, how much value?
How far you think you are?
How much value are we providing for a younger generation?
Right.
And one thing that you realized was, I don't know if you want to elaborate on it, but I think what you said was, you know, getting my shit together is just me being. It's like what your form of happiness is not my definition of that.
Well,
Right.
Let me answer that one. Hey, yo, man, just want to make sure you're good.
No,
dog.
and I know it's out of good intent.
That's it.
I understand.
He wants
but
to make sure you're fucking taken care of.
I understand,
He
but
wants to make sure you have the mentality of being robbed.
I understand, but within that, because I understand it's out of good intent, right? And I want to make my parents proud, but there is a miscommunication there because our definitions of that is different, correct?
Well, definitely. I mean, we'll go into that right now. So my definition of who you,
Hi, how's it going?
of what you, my expectations of what you were going to be, or what your, what your, you know, what were you going to do in your life was basically based on what I did on my life. You know what I mean? For me, actually, you know, my lifestyle or my thought of thinking is different from yours, and it's basically based on what I've seen on your podcast.
Yeah.
So for me,
Even
it
just
was
lifestyle.
lifestyle,
Even just
financial
lifestyle, bro.
freedom
Yeah.
was everything.
Yeah.
So I figured
your mom and dad gave you more than you what people.
Absolutely.
Your mom and dad gave you more than what fuck we had.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you that right
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
I'll tell you that we had fucking chocolates and fucking slippers.
Yeah.
That's my lifestyle.
Right.
I had a fucking tank top that was reversed. You know what I mean? It was going back the other way. But that's just where I grew up in.
Right,
I
right.
can imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can imagine your old man wanting to fucking provide for you to say, hey, you know
Absolutely.
what? You're gonna get this, but you better fucking follow suit.
Right.
And you know what? And you're right. What Rich was saying is we always have the best intention for our kids.
Right. Yeah.
And we want you to do better than us because that's basically
That's the point.
that's the
Right.
point. And so
Right.
you do
Right.
better than us,
Right.
and your kids will do better than you.
Right.
Of course.
But we're in
It's
a
called
different
math.
yeah, but we're in a different generation, and that's what I think I've learned from your podcast. Where we're in a different generation, we're in a different life. We're a different just a whole different. It's a different
Mindset,
ball game,
yeah.
different mindset. And I realized that my dreams or my goals are different from your goals, or
Right.
maybe your goals,
Right.
because we're in different generations.
Yeah.
And
But
growing up, for me, it wasn't about what I'm happy with doing. With me, it was about what kind of finances can you bring to the table?
Right.
What job is going to bring you this type of money?
A sure thing.
Exactly.
Right.
And for me, I think growing up, it was about, if financial freedom, for me, financial freedom was everything. Because if I got to that point, I can work the rest of it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't about my dream job. It wasn't about what I love to do. Because
Right.
if it was based on that, obviously I would be in the car industry.
Right.
Physically, it would be my business. It would be everything.
Right.
But I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I figured, okay, so one thing led to another. Did I think I was going to get to that point? No.
Mm-hmm.
My thing was I started off as an iron worker. I was going to die as an iron worker. I love what I did. I love doing what I love to do. I love doing that trade. It brought great satisfaction at the end of the day. But my body couldn't hang on to that. You know what I mean?
Right.
There was
Rough.
things. There was
That's rough.
limitations. You know what I mean?
That's
that
a
I
rough
was.
job, though.
You know what I mean? That I said, okay, my body was telling me you can't do that anymore.
Right.
So I went into a different thing
Yeah.
that a lot of people said you can't do that. You need a degree. You need this. You need that.
Right.
And I found out that you didn't need that. So it was inspection. What
Right.
you're doing.
Yeah.
So I figured, okay, so let's do that. So my problem was that I had a 9th grade education. There was a lot of things I didn't comprehend. There's a lot of things I didn't know. I didn't know how to put sentences together. I didn't know how to read very well.
Right.
So it's something that I had to retaught myself to reach the next level.
Yeah.
So as I'm reading these books that were about 4 inches thick, I had a dictionary right next to me.
Yeah.
And you were there throughout that whole time.
Yeah.
So
Like literally like reteaching yourself how to do
exactly.
all that.
So I had to reteach myself how to read English, how to
Education.
read. Exactly. So I had to redo everything that I didn't take the time to do it in the little time that I did have in school. I had to do it all over again
Yeah.
and reteach myself how to educate myself, how to read, comprehend everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I did that. I passed all these tests. I moved on. I was able to reach to the highest level as far as inspection goes.
Yeah.
And then I was introduced to the next level, which I am where I am now. Being a consultant in IOR, so on and so forth, which then led on to opening my own business and moving on to that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a process. But for me, it was my happiness was if I'm able to reach this financial freedom, everything else can be worked out.
Right.
Because that's the era that we were brought up in.
Yeah.
So
Financial freedom meant everything.
You do it right, bro. He's got the story.
Exactly.
But one thing I
Yeah.
learned from you guys is that we're definitely in a different generation.
Right.
And
Right.
pursuing what you love and what you like to do it's different what it was back then. We have a lot more options nowadays that we didn't have back in the day.
Right.
And that's something that I was not able to comprehend with you, that I was not able to connect with you on that.
Yeah.
It was either this or this. Time has not changed.
Right.
It's still black and white.
Yeah.
Well, I realized that it's not black and white.
Right.
So there's a whole bunch of other different shades now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That I believe means a lot to the newer generation of today. You know what I mean? Which is a lot more opportunity out there. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And all we're trying to do is like give like a road for people to just come on, let's go.
Yeah, definitely.
This is what this is all about.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like it's crazy too, because one thing I think that you mentioned was like, I think you were saying something about, doing something, like, wanting to do something, just doing it. And it's like, it's weird because, I think one thing that I've been able to understand more of is like, in your guys' generation, you guys were almost taught to suppress everything so that you guys could keep a job, because it was hard to actually attain a great career back then without an education.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So, so like, it's like, if you want to keep this shit, you got to suppress what you're saying or your opinions and things like that, right?
Did you bow down to anybody?
Huh?
Did you bow down to anybody?
I mean, to some point, to a certain extent, you have to. But here's the thing:
at the end of the day, no, you don't have to bow down to anybody.
I absolutely.
You just got to keep trucking on to what the fuck you want to do in life.
Right. Yeah, no, and you're right, absolutely. But what's a trip is like, so when I'm growing up in this new era, new generation, I bring these very, very specific issues and problems to my dad, right? And then he'll teach me how to handle them. And to a certain point, I feel as though that I'm suppressing something that's within me that is probably trying to, and the thing is like, one thing that I learned about in the work field is you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? You're going to be damned if you shut your mouth. You're going to be damned if you say something about it. And for me, it's like, some people are okay with either or. I'm definitely not okay getting fucked if I don't say something. I'd rather get fucked if I say something. You got what I'm saying? Because like you said, like, you don't need to bow down to no one. But what I'm trying to say, though, is ultimately that thing in you that's keeping you, that's pushing you to say something, that's pushing you to push the limit of whatever the situation that you're in that you don't like, is going to push you into something where you should be, right? In a bigger position, whatever that is. I mean, that's how you got to where you're at, and that's how where you got to where you're at.
One thing I think that you're talking about is something that I grew up with a different mindset, a little bit of the I want to say of the first generation mindset, where you try not to rock the boat and just kind of go with it and don't say nothing. And it's something that I learned from you, from these previous experiences with some of the stuff that you were dealing with, is if you're confident about what you're doing and you have a value to what you are and you provide a value, then you shouldn't be afraid to speak your mind. If people are not treating you right, you got to say something. That's something that was not in our generation, at least mine.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like, okay, I'm not going to say shit. I'm going to do what they want to do, what they want to tell me to do, and I got to do it, and I got to do better than the next guy.
Right.
That was the generation that came kind of, it was basically a little extension of where my family came from.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where they came and and we did whatever you needed to do.
Yeah, like on some humble shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember being an iron worker and being so confident about what I was doing and understanding exactly what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I knew I can do it better.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, my cockiness or my way I would come across is like, you're stupid. You're an idiot.
Right.
This is how it needs to be done.
Yeah.
I can do it better than you, and I can make more money. But at the end of the day, you're forgetting there's one little thing called politics.
Yo,
And politics,
That's everything, bro.
politics plays a
That's
big.
a fucked up thing.
It really
Yeah.
is, bro.
Yeah,
Politics in the
politics-
construction world, dog.
Yeah.
That's
Politics play a big role in what you're doing, and if you can understand politics
yeah,
and
Yeah, it's fucked
understand
up.
what you're trying to do and understand how you're trying to get your message across,
yeah,
if you can work that magic around
Yeah.
those things, sky's the limit.
One thing that I honestly learned, and I think this is almost in every business, is like politics is worked to screw you if you're not the boss or the owner. Straight up,
That's 100% correct.
that's 100%.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is,
Fucking right.
and the thing that's why I, I think I've always just had this feeling growing up of that. I just now recently came to that understanding, right? And so, like, I've had like the perfect example, like right now where I'm working. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Hopefully, people could just kind of hang and hopefully understand what I'm trying to say. But I'm working at this fabrication shop for rebar, right? There's a guy in there, and Chris probably knows him because he's been to that same fabrication shop. There's a guy in the middle of the office of this huge compound where they make rebar. In the middle of the compound, there's a little office. There's a guy in there. There's one guy, and he does like 6 people's jobs because he's that good at his job. And he works salary. And the thing is if he's gone once or twice a week or so, like if he's ever gone, like that whole, it goes to shit, right? And the thing about it is,
Very
like,
bad.
they're saving so much fucking money because of this guy, and this guy understands his
Yeah.
value. And me and him got really close. Like, he's a really cool person. We've got we spent a lot of time together in that office, so we've been able to kind of build some type of rapport, right? And so what I understood is, his boss needs him more than any of them know. If he leaves and they put 3 guys in there, they still won't be able to do the same job, right? And the thing about it is, he goes, it's kind of weird because they almost, if you're not the boss, and it doesn't matter how good you are at your job, they will still manipulate you into thinking that you're not what you're worth. And
that's 100%. That's 100% correct.
yeah,
So, I work with the group of what I do now
Mhm.
of consulting, IOR, so on and so forth,
yeah,
and they pretty much brainwashed us to the point where
yeah,
if you leave this group, there is nothing else out there. We are the best. There is nothing else that can touch us outside of us.
Yeah.
We are in fucking limbo.
yeah,
Well, what I learned is once I left, there's a whole fucking world out there
yeah,
where there is a lot of opportunity. And it's so
Lot more.
sad to hear about guys like the ones you're mentioning because they're worth so much more money
yeah,
and they're worth so much compensation.
yeah,
And they can find other things out there
yo,
that is worth way beyond than
Right.
what they're getting paid for or what they think they're worth,
right,
that it's not even funny.
right, absolutely,
You know what
absolutely,
I mean? And
yeah.
one thing that I learned in my life is that whatever you're doing, no matter what it is,
right,
there is opportunity out there.
absolutely.
Don't ever skip your worth.
Right.
man. Don't
Absolutely.
ever skip your
yeah.
worth.
And the thing about it is, so he just turned 40, like 40. I think he turned 40. But see, he has the mindset of you guys, and that's one thing that we both were able to kind of talk about. Like we talk about the same shit that we're talking about here. But see, and the thing is like for him, what he ended up like, we've talked about what his end goal is, and he has a very clear like idea of what that's going to be. So he's okay with where he's at. And the thing is he's been working like 80-hour weeks for 10 years, so he's about to retire very
the
soon,
good thing
right?
is-
One thing that he does like about his situation is he likes his job. He likes being able to
course.
do something that nobody else can do, right? I believe
course.
his salary is great. You know what I mean? His hours are insanely fucking high. And like he said, like, he lives a pretty, like, simple life, so he doesn't spend that much money or anything like that. So for him, where he's at, it works. But the thing about it is, like, there's some people that are just conditioned to think that no matter what you do or how far you go up, it's like, basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, I've been in his situation a bunch of times, and at a young age, I've come to my own realizations of, like, what the fuck is this? Like, fuck this. Like, I'm literally, like, accomplishing thresholds that, like, people that are twice my age have never even done, and I'm, like, dealing with bullshit still, right? And so for me, I came to these realizations early, but the thing is that that whole shit like pushed me to do something else or to do something more. You know what I mean? And so like, and for me, I feel confident. And like you said, like you just learned that from me, but recently, and that's something I just realized for myself. And it's like, if you're not, it's like the only choices you got is be the best in a company and still be manipulated like you're still not your worth of what you do, or you got to work for yourself. And that's period. And those are the only two options you have.
Those are the only two options you have.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, the bottom line at the end of the day is you learn your craft.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you don't get recognized for what you are, and you don't get paid, or you don't get valued for what you are, then you got to make the move.
Yeah.
And it's something that I had to do at a certain point where I realized that
I think we all did.
Yeah, we had to make a move and say, which is not comfortable, which is not easy to do, especially if you have a family, you have bills, you have car payments, you have a house note.
Yeah.
You got to make a move and realize, all right, fuck it, I'm going to make the move.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make the best of it and then move on from that.
Yeah.
I believe that making a move like that, going on your own, is probably one of the most difficult things you'll ever have to do because you're in limbo. It's all on you.
You're paving your own shit.
I mean, you gotta get out of your comfort zone, of course, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So comfort zones, in my opinion, are things that people are content with.
You're stagnant.
When you move outside the comfort zone, and you move outside the box, and you're doing outside things outside the box, are things that are going to measure people. As far as I'm concerned, the boys to the men.
Right.
What's up.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
A little different.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
So that's when you're really, if you're willing to take a risk.
Yeah.
Rob has shared some stuff that you started some side projects.
Yeah.
All right. So
let's get into it.
All right. So that's the beginning of you being something more than just an average electrician.
Yes, sir.
An electricity is involved with everything that you fucking do. The light switch, the fucking lights, the fucking exhaust fan, the fucking air conditioning,
the world runs on
everything. Without you guys, we'd be fucked.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're starting off these little bit jobs and little things like that, that's how things get started to you eventually starting your own company.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
So the fact that you're taking leaps and bounds to do things like that speaks that without you really recognizing what you're doing, you might lead into something else and start off your own fucking company.
You know what's fucking funny is that I literally thought about that just from this side job. You know, like I've thought about a business because this lady wants so much like certain things. I'm like, I can do this. And I can do this on my own shit.
Yeah.
And still have my fucking 40 and still do this on my side. You know what I'm saying? But this is something. That's funny because I did think about that.
I have a lot of friends that are electricians that work for companies.
Right.
And they are doing side jobs.
Right.
For other people, for residents, so on and so forth. And things kick off. And I've seen people like you that literally take off and start their own fucking company.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Like just today I've had that birth. I had that fucking birth today.
That's how it starts.
It's fucking weird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just new ground. I think that's why you were kind of stressed about it. But I was
Of
like
course.
just trying to break it down for you. Like, dude, it's just new ground. But
It
once
is
you
new
get
ground.
it, it's
out of my comfort zone was the biggest thing. I was like, you know what? I gotta do it. I'm gonna fucking go with that shit.
Hey, the comfort zone's the most fucked up thing in
But
life.
see, here's the thing.
Hey, man,
if you're in a comfort zone and you're comfortable, then you're
you
fucked.
ain't stressing yourself
You're
out.
not stressing.
Yeah.
you ain't losing your
If
hairline.
you're stressing and you're outside your comfort zone, the more you do that, the more successful you'll be.
And that's what I'm saying is that I've been doing this, bro. I've been doing this shit. After this job, I'm like, dude, I need to do more.
Right.
If I can do this, if I set the bar up and do this shit, bro, I can do more.
Yeah.
You know,
I've done some crazy shit just from this fucking side job.
Right.
There's a lot of things that can come from a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was just a fucking iron worker that loved doing what I'm doing, physical work, 8 hours a day, leave my fucking job, and feel very complete and very content with what I've done.
Right.
I loved it. I loved the camaraderie of the friends and everybody that I did that shit with. But it's a young man's game.
Right.
You know, Did I feel comfortable speaking in front of fucking architects and engineers and structural engineers and architects and electrician engineers and all that fucking shit?
Yeah.
That's
Fuck
rough.
no. I never
yeah.
fucking felt comfortable with that.
Yeah.
It's taking me literally almost a fucking decade to fucking sit in front of electricians
And do it.
engineers and architectural engineers and structural engineers
The
and
big
tell them
dogs.
to say, hey,
Yeah.
that's not the way it fucking works. This is how it fucking works.
Right.
But that takes
Logical.
but that takes experience. That
Yes.
takes a lot of
Yes.
groundwork.
Yeah.
That sometimes you don't have school for that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And people say, well,
Experience.
yeah, exactly. Everything's experience. And some people say, well, you need an education to do this, and that. Back in the old day, superintendents and on projects for every fucking trade came up through the fucking trade.
Right.
Those were the
Right.
best fucking superintendents that you ever came across.
Oh, because they
Now-
started at the
Well,
bottom.
Exactly.
yeah.
Now
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking superintendents that you come across from
You're
came
right.
from fucking UCLA.
Yeah.
You're right.
Fucking
College graduates.
Exactly.
I've seen it. I've seen it
Right.
firsthand.
Yeah,
I've seen the
UCLA,
superintendent- the newcomer
USC,
superintendents.
and they have a fucking degree, but they
Yes.
don't know jack shit about the
Yes.
fucking industry.
Right.
And then
You're
you
right.
find yourself schooling those motherfuckers
Yeah.
as far as X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers
Okay.
can't even use
Right,
a fucking
right,
drill
right,
right,
right.
dog.
Exactly. You have guys chasing you around. Hey, man, what about this? What about that? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not here to fucking.
This motherfucker.
I'm not here to
Yeah,
fucking
bro,
teach
it's-
you. I'm not here to
Man.
fucking hold your fucking hand.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we're in a different world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Everything's handled.
everything
Everything's handled.
is schooling.
Common sense
Listen,
ain't common no more,
Right now,
homeboy.
it's not about what you know; it's who you know.
Yeah.
No,
That's,
no, no,
it is.
that's always been the thing.
Yeah,
Right.
it's always
That
been a
is
thing.
true. That is
But now-
true.
I believe
yeah,
it.
but you know what? Nowadays, though, man, it's not about who you know. No, it's not about that.
I do
Uh-huh.
believe it is. I do believe it is. Slightly, I do.
Cool.
It has a little
Cool.
bit to do with that, right?
Then we have the other thing where
Yeah.
you're starting your own projects, you're doing
Right,
side
right.
jobs. Eventually, you're going to get your fucking license, you're going to get your C license. Eventually, you're going to go on your own and you're going to start promoting your own fucking work,
Right.
and then you're going to hire your own fucking workers.
Of course.
The American dream, that's where it's fucking
That's
at.
what it is right
Where
there.
you're your fucking own
Working
fucking
for
boss.
yourself.
That's right.
Yup.
That's
yup.
So you have a guy that brings value to the company where he never has to worry about being unemployed.
Right.
Because he's a valued fucking employee.
Yeah.
And then you have guys like you that are beginning to freelance into you starting little projects on the side, doing things, bidding things. You'll get better at bidding
Yeah,
projects.
That's my thing right now.
And right now, I'm sure
learning
you're
it.
working that
I'm
out.
right.
Oh, definitely.
Because you're
From
like,
scratch.
oh, fuck, I bid this fucking project under. Okay, well, you'll learn.
Well, exactly.
But
exactly.
the fact that you're taking
Right.
leaps and bounds
Yes.
is huge.
Yes.
There's a lot of fucking people that'll just do a 9 to 5
Yeah.
and be fucking content with that.
Yup.
There's so much opportunity. You're only in this fucking world one time.
Right.
Make it the best that you fucking can.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Whether
man.
it's a love or whether it's a financial thing,
Yeah.
make it the best that you fucking can.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
For me, that's been the driving thing for me. That's
Yeah.
been the goal for me.
Definitely.
That's something that I've taught Robert. And at the end of the thing, between him and I, is he has a love for things, and he's got to pursue those things.
Right.
For me, I was brought up in a different
Different
world, a
world.
different era,
Yeah.
and for me, it's financial. So
Facts.
what you
Facts.
guys are sharing with the world is something that I think you and I have touched a little bit on. Is something that growing up is something that it was not shared with people.
Right. Right.
You know, growing up, you know, especially if you don't have a dad that's there and he's very educated and he's very knowledgeable about life.
Right.
I had a dad, but I didn't really grow up with my dad.
Right.
So knowing and sharing these things that I've shared with you, that basically, you know, you're only going to be as good as far as your tool set.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I shared with you.
Right.
So depend on your tool set in life is basically how you're going to be
Yeah.
able to be achievable in life.
Right. Those
There's
skill
some
set.
some of us will learn it through the hard way
Yeah.
of learning and trial and tribulation, and then there's some of us that will learn it through people that shared things with you, and you build your own toolbox.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, these fucking earphones are clear as fuck, man. Hey, you know,
So things that you and I have been a lot different than from my dad
Yeah.
and my, you know, with us growing up.
Yeah.
I think I shared one thing that with him growing up that I thought was a huge milestone for me that I didn't think I can share with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, growing up, you know, in junior high, we used to have health class,
Yeah.
which I never really attended.
Right.
And they taught you all about production of humanity and everything and so on and so forth.
Right.
And it's something that I missed a lot. I think I missed the most important things about production of life.
Right.
So I grew up with the mentality that you cannot produce in this life unless you're 18, and that's when your sperm is maybe, mature
Ready
enough
for
to produce.
reproduction, right.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. So when I shared that with my father and telling him know that, hey man, something happened, I don't know what to do. I'm fucking 15 years old or 14 years old.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have the maturity. You don't have, the mindset to deal with something like that because you're just growing.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do you do? And
Right.
he just basically told me, move on to the next. At that age, I had enough recognition and enough maturity understanding to think, okay, I can't share anything like that with this man again. He's my father, and he's laid the seed, and that's fine, and that's it. But it's up to me to build the rest from this point on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I did that. I made it a point to move on from that and learn from all my mistakes, learn from all my downfalls, and make my upfalls even better, or my upgrades even better.
Upgrades,
to be understanding of what I'm going to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So iron was the first one, inspection was the next one, and the next one was building my own business.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy, man. Both of you guys, you know what I mean, coming up like that.
You know what I mean? So
But see,
it's
you
Hey,
guys
works a
came up-
motherfucker, I tell you that.
That whole background is just a hungry ass background, though. That's hungry.
Monsters.
Yes,
Yeah.
Monster,
exactly.
dog.
Monster.
You gotta be a monster, dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just gotta be a monster.
You're giving your son the life that you didn't want him to have, that you had. You know what I'm saying? So I see that shit. You know what I'm saying? So but you're doing it right though, bro.
I mean, I'm
You know what
trying
saying?
out
Like,
here. You know
hey,
what I mean?
obviously your lifestyle's a different lifestyle, but that he had. But you know what? You're hungry
Yeah.
in a different way that he is.
Right, exactly.
And that's just-
you
that's
know,
what it
and
is,
we got
bro.
our different struggles, and we got our
course.
different everythings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And and I appreciate the fact that I never had to go through that, or even be confused about that, because I've always been educated with that because of you. So I appreciate that.
That's
you know,
what's up.
always. You know,
Yeah.
and I know you're kind of giving us context on an early relationship you had with your father. You know what I mean? Whether sometimes you have bad direction from him and stuff. It's like, where are you at with him now, even despite all the losses and the faults and the shortcomings he had with you? It's like, where are you guys
In a
now?
way, can you thank him for doing how he did you? I guess like he molded you into this person that like you needed to be, right?
You know
From
what?
his hard times.
It's sometimes it's in a very weird way.
Yeah.
It's
Gotta
made me be who I need to be.
Right,
where
that's
I
what I'm
didn't
saying.
need to depend on him. And maybe it was something that needed to happen.
Yeah.
But I have no regrets. I love my father.
Yeah.
I think he did the best he can considering where he came from.
Yeah.
Because how did his
And-
background go?
Well, his background is I mean, it's almost Stone Age from what I've heard.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Must have been
where-
harder for him. Too.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
where he came from to where I was actually able to encounter him, he's come a long way. And then when I encountered him, to me it was like, oh wow, I have no connection to this person, and there's nothing that he can do to guide me in my life. So it was up to me to learn from my mistakes, my downfalls,
Yeah.
to understand, to go forward and move on to where what I need to do. So it was up to me. You know what I mean? So in a way, it was kind of good because it pushed me to know that I had no one to fall back on. I had no one to
So you think it was
That was your fuel to carry yourself.
exactly.
Boom.
It was
Do
my
it.
fuel. So I had my mother that did everything that she could for me,
Yep.
and I think she did the best she can, and God bless her. But a mother cannot raise. I think when
Man.
you're raising kids, you
Yeah.
need
Can't
a
raise a
man.
man.
You need a man and a
Yeah.
woman to break out that
just can't.
balance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It can't be just the mom and it can't be just the dad.
Right.
There's a reason why God brought these two together
Right.
to make the balance in a man and a woman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
I think it's very important if
Yeah.
you're raised in that environment, you will be raised with a very good balance.
Mm-hmm.
If you're raised by either the mother or the father, you're going to be raised with a half balance.
Yeah.
It won't always be the same.
Right. And then it's
You know what
just
I mean?
up to you to pick up that slack that you didn't learn or
Exactly.
Get. Yeah.
And I had some positive men in my life that I felt that I could go to certain points in my life, but I realized that there were wrong moves
Yeah.
because they had different agendas in their life.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I learned really soon that I could not rely on them. I had to figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
And that was basically what was able to bring my experience in life, based on all my downfalls, all my failures,
Yeah.
that I was able to say, okay. And that's where I brought, the easy way to sum it all up is your toolbox of life. You're
Yeah.
only as good as your toolbox. How many drawers do you have? What do you have? And I think that's what I try to equip you with as far as your toolbox.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have all the tools in life and
or
you
most
just-
of them at least.
yeah, if you decide not to use them, but when
Right.
you find yourself
Yeah.
in a situation where you're like, fuck,
Yeah.
no one's around, you're going to reach for those fucking tools and
Yeah.
say, hey, I know where this fucking tool
Where's
is.
that 10 millimeter at?
Exactly.
That's what he says all the time.
Where's it at, dog?
And you're gonna say, okay, I know where that tool fucking is.
Right.
And I know how I'm gonna fucking use it. And I know how I'm gonna get out of this fucking
Yeah.
hole.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
yo.
And I always say you're only as good as your tool set.
Absolutely.
Because I feel that life is based on what type of tool set you have.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I'm able to relate with life.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you have a strong tool set,
Yeah.
you can get out
Work
of
on it. Work
Yeah.
on getting that tool set as,
For
as
sure.
variety as much variety as you can. Right.
you can get out of any situation
Right.
with that tool set.
Absolutely.
You're
Yeah.
like, fuck. Somebody's showing me where that tool is.
Right.
I'm gonna reach out for it. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna fucking use it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get out of the fucking hole.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think that's really what life's all about.
Yeah.
Whether it's a tool set, whether it's something that somebody shared with you, I think that is the meaning of life as far as how you get through life
Mm-hmm.
and how you press on and how you're able to get out of very difficult situations.
Yeah. Serious
And
ones.
move on.
Mhm.
And not only that, when you're in present situations, no matter how successful you are, you're going to be always tried. And the
Yeah,
more that
tested.
you,
Right.
the more that
Yeah.
you move on, and
Yes,
the
sir.
more successful you become
Yes,
in
sir.
whatever the fuck you do,
You're gonna get tempted.
you're going to be tried.
Yep.
And if you think that the stronger or the more successful you become, things get easier, think again.
Right.
Okay, so the more money you make, or the more successful you are, the more the tribulations are going to come on.
Stronger. Yeah,
Exactly.
harder.
And the more, and the way that you're able to get out of those situations successfully, which is what measures what you've learned through life, and the way it measures what you're able to do into the next step of your life.
Right. Absolutely.
All right.
It's rough,
That's
man.
a- this
This is a wisdom ass episode.
Absolutely.
dog.
Man,
That's all I gotta say.
Hey, don't record none of this shit.
Dog.
We ain't talking none of. Yeah,
It's
hey.
already up.
Listen,
It's live.
for real.
It's live,
Oh,
man.
no shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, Sue said she was like, "Hey, sorry, nah, just
Man,
play it.
that's
Ain't
what I'm saying.
live."
At the end of the day, though, man, hey, you
about
guys,
to be the February.
you guys are smart.
Thank
guys
you,
are
man. I
doing- you guys-
appreciate you,
guys
man.
are fucking doing your thing.
Cool. Thank you, man.
He's doing it,
Thank
bro.
you.
Hey,
He's
bring a
hitting
couple
it.
of those chocolates over here. Hey, man,
So-
bring a little bit of little clutch off to you guys. You know what I mean?
Appreciate
Come on,
that.
man.
That's
Don't
right.
get me wrong,
Yeah,
bro. You know, I feel like people need to hear this shit, bro.
For real, man.
You know, in our world, there's people that can really in the construction world that can, get into politics and all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You hit every piece of that.
You know,
Absolutely.
one
For
thing,
sure.
one-
Absolutely.
One thing that I want to add to what you guys are doing is is something that I wish I had in my generation.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? There was a lot of things that I'm like, fuck, is this the right move?
Be spoken.
Is this what I'm supposed to do?
Right.
There are things that you guys are touching on that I'm like,
right.
fucking priceless.
Right.
But there are not fucking books that they can maybe mention in their books based on education.
Right. Yeah.
But street things
Experience.
and things that you're experiencing is
Fletcher.
priceless,
Yeah.
and that's something that most people cannot they cannot elaborate in books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the things that you guys are doing is amazing, and the fact that maybe there's a lot of people that are not reaching out to you,
Yeah.
and people that are reaching out to you, and then people that are in the in the closets are saying, "Fuck,
Yeah, I believe that. I do.
holy
believe that.
shit."
Yeah.
I can't believe that's what's going on in my life.
Oh, yeah.
That is priceless, regardless where this thing goes.
Yeah.
The fact that you guys are reaching out and helping so many fucking people, that should be enough accomplishment in your guys' life.
course.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Listen,
yeah.
'cause I was that
Absolutely
guy.
right.
I was that guy to ask the questions because I didn't want to look this type of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
now that we have something to fucking put out so people can see and hear it and like take it in, it's pretty good.
And you're
It's
saying
special,
you're
dog.
saying you even learn from it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So do I, yeah.
We can learn from
We
all
do.
this shit.
And we all do.
Of course.
Yeah.
If you're
I
not
sit-
gonna
I
be the
sit
one to
back
say
and-
shit about it, dude, like here it is, bro. Just
Yeah.
take a look at it.
Yeah,
dog.
just
You
watch
don't-
this episode.
Hey,
Boom.
You're putting
Yeah.
knowledge out there.
Yeah.
There
You know
you
what I
go.
mean?
There you
You're
go.
taking
Talk about
knowledge
it.
from
There you
every
go.
one
Yeah.
of us,
I
making
love that
from the
shit.
I love
generation
it.
to the older
Bring
generation.
context. Yeah.
Exactly.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm the type of person to feed that like energy down to somebody else. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? I love
Right.
people to grow because there's people that don't have what we're getting right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
so
ass.
to pass that information down to someone that needs it is fucking dope.
Yo, absolutely.
I'm
Don't
telling
be
you,
telling
it's-
everybody either, though.
It's priceless. You can't put a price on
Yeah,
that
yeah.
because there's
It's
a
a good
lot.
fucking feeling.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of fathers
Feeling,
out
bro.
there that don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
That too.
And don't
yeah.
know what to
That's
say.
rough, bro.
Yeah.
And they have
Yeah,
sons
you're
that
right,
are
you're
bringing
right,
out some
you're
very
right.
difficult questions.
You're
They're
right.
like,
You're
I
right.
don't fucking know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
rough, yeah.
My dad being one of them. The fact that you guys are throwing this knowledge out there,
Yo.
it's huge. Not only that,
Yeah.
I feel that it's also like somewhat of a therapy for you guys.
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
You know what I
dude,
mean?
for
I don't
sure.
have therapy. This is my fucking therapy.
Yeah,
I
and
swear to
it makes you guys better. And not only
Yeah.
that it makes you guys better, but it's also helping the older generation trying to understand
Yeah.
your generation.
Yeah.
Which
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't know how to talk. I really don't.
I thought it was the same way. I swear to God, I thought it was the same way.
I don't know how to talk.
So for him to be like, "Yo, you want to be my co-host?" I was like, "Do you really want me to fucking be here and
Yeah.
talk shit?"
But-
I don't know.
you know, sometimes things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw it in
don't
you,
know how to-
motherfucker.
I don't know how to talk about it.
That's why we're
I
here
mean,
shining.
I just don't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to fucking.
I feel like you think
You're
that,
doing
though.
a fucking good job
Oh
today.
fuck yeah! That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
like, I feel,
man.
I
Come
feel
on
like
now.
you think that, motherfucker.
So, you know, I mean, I think what you guys are doing is it's awesome. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Don't stop what you're doing.
Thank
guys,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Whether this thing gets a fucking contract or it doesn't get a
Yeah,
contract, you guys got to stick to
Hell
the,
yeah.
to
Oh,
the root of
absolutely.
it.
Yeah,
you
the
guys stick
whole
to the
point
root of
was
it.
to help and yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to bring therapy and to bring knowledge to the people that are out there. There's a lot of people that
Yeah.
are fucking lost.
Of course. And you know what's crazy is like, it might be a little bit aside, but it's like the depression now.
Yeah.
It's like depression is like the most like popular thing right now going
Yeah.
You know,
dude.
it's funny. It's funny you say that because growing up, we didn't have fucking time for depression.
No,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We either got it on or we didn't fucking get it on.
I believe that.
You either
I
bring
believe
the
that
fucking
shit.
money or you didn't fuck the
I
money.
believe that shit.
We
sorry
didn't.
about
We
the
didn't have
depression,
time
bro.
to sit there and
Hey.
say, "Fuck, we're fucking depressed. We need a
Look the
fucking
fucking
pill."
water out of the goddamn hose.
Exactly.
Look at the garden hose.
That's
Drink
what I'm
out of
You
it.
thirsty? You thirsty?
I've done it before.
Yeah.
Look at that shit.
We've been there.
I got an
That's where I
immune
see
system
taste
of
some
a
metal.
motherfucker.
Exactly.
I got an immune
Hey.
system of your age, dog.
He does, bro. Hey, you know what, Rich?
Okay,
Hey, you know what, Rich?
I
I swear
swear,
to
man.
you.
Hey, we have no problems.
No.
Yeah.
There's no problems at the end of
Not
the day.
at
So
all.
a lot of people seek that.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
You know,
what's a problem nowadays? No, there is no problem.
There is none of that shit.
There
You
is
know what
none
I
of
mean?
that shit, dog.
Like you said earlier,
Yeah.
Just
Come on,
solutions.
man. Come
we
on,
suppress
man.
it,
course.
and we don't.
Come
We
on,
don't.
man. What'd you do to suppress it?
We don't understand
Oh,
that
what'd you
there's a
do to
depression
succeed?
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't understand that we're going
Come
through a
on,
hard
man.
time.
It was suppressed.
You know,
Yeah.
for us, that was not a reality.
Do you want to be that guy,
Right.
or do you
You know
want to
what I
be
mean?
the other guy?
That's a generation we came
That's
from.
what we came from.
You know what I mean?
Right,
For
right.
us,
What
it
you
was
wanna
like,
do in life?
I'm going to work
What are you
harder
gonna
than
do?
that motherfucker, and I'm going to
Right?
get his job.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
That's
of
where we
course.
came from.
Yeah, you
For
guys
us,
came up hungry, bro.
really hungry.
Because you guys came from a background that he didn't know what to do, so you had to figure your shit out. You know,
Oh,
be better.
we figured our shit out. We figured our shit out.
Well, think about this.
That's my boy. That's my homeboy right now. Hey, we figured our shit out.
Of course, I
Oh,
know
yeah.
that. I
Chilling.
know that feeling. I know that feeling. I can kind of say I can kind of relate on that part. You know what I'm saying? Because my pops wasn't around, dog. At the part where I needed him, like at my grown
At the-
stage,
at the
dog.
height,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
When it was
I had my
most
mother.
important.
I had my mother,
Right,
but my mother
right.
couldn't teach me the.
She could only
No,
do so
she never
much.
will.
Yes,
She never
yes.
will. Yeah.
My mother can only show me the affection side.
Exactly.
My dad's the
and
one
God,
that shows
and
me.
God bless her.
Yes,
For
and,
that.
of
For
course.
trying.
That's
For trying.
she's the one that gave me my heart, dog. You know, she's the one for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, because without her, fuck, I'd be the fucking coldest motherfucker here. Cold-blooded motherfucker, if anything.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
But-
Sit with us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like,
We'll get you there.
I've learned my own steps. You know what I'm saying? I figured it out.
Right.
Also, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I didn't want to lean on anybody for help.
And that's why I
I
think
was that type of guy.
And the thing is like it sucks to say, but I say that's like most young men. You know what I mean?
But-
I was fortunate to have both parents. You know what I mean? But I
Yes.
think I'd say most
you have
young men.
what I always wanted.
Right,
But
and
I'm
that-
not gonna lie to you.
But I heard some things about you,
Yeah.
you know, about your growing up and your
Yeah.
mom's situation and
Right.
your dad's situation.
Yeah.
And, you know, there isn't a lot of fucking people in this world that are able to step up and take the role that you did.
Hey, you know what?
And
But
you gotta,
yeah.
you know, you gotta be proud of what you've done.
I am.
Right.
I'm very
And proud of
Very
proud
Own
of
it.
what you
Own
brought
that
to the
shit.
table,
Yeah.
and proud to what
Right.
you've
Right.
done.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Whether your dad was there or your dad was
Right.
not there, that's not important. It's what you've done.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course,
And
yeah.
what
That's
you're willing to do from here on and be an example to your family.
Uh-huh.
You know, your dad will always be your dad, and you
course.
gotta respect him as your dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at the
That's
end of the day, it's what you're willing to do, and it's what you're able to do, and what role you took.
Of course.
And that speaks
I know,
volume
yes.
about who you are.
And just for him to be like, yo, I'm proud of you because you did that shit.
Is
You
that
know
what
I'm saying?
Is,
It's
is,
like,
that,
that's
is,
the
that, is that
fucking-
what you're seeking?
Huh?
That's what you're seeking.
Sinking? That's like,
That's
oh,
what you're
seeking.
for.
Oh, well, not really, but it's just happening.
Yeah.
It's just, it's naturally happening, and it's just, I gotta
listen,
go with
you
it,
know,
you
and
know what I'm
listen-
saying?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
So my old man called me
Yeah.
2 months ago, and I didn't answer the phone. I didn't answer it,
It must have been that bad for what?
bro. My old man.
Yeah.
He's from Eastside Bowling.
When he reached out to you, bro, that's a
He's
fucking...
from Eastside Bowling right here. He's right down the street. I'm not
Right.
I'm not concerned about it, but he has the water right here. But
Mhm.
I didn't answer the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about it. Like
Yeah.
that's my old man.
I don't hold grudges, bro. I
Well,
understand people.
Well, and, then,
and that's something like
well,
do you understand your pops for him being that way? Or
Oh
what?
fuck yeah! I almost yeah.
So why
fuck yeah.
why do you feel that way with him right now?
Well, you know, I thought he would have showed me something different.
Yeah.
I thought he would have. You know, hey, at the end of the day, no big deal. But you know what? I've been through some shit too.
Yeah.
Just like you.
Yeah.
Just like him. Just
Yeah.
like him.
And look at you, bro. You're fucking still going.
No. Hey, dog. Hey, at the end of the day, we're not still going. We just need to fucking see our old man and tell me, hey, good job.
Yeah. So
You
but you know what?
hey, at the end of the day, I want my old man.
Yeah.
Mongo for beside bowling. I want him to say, hey, you know, Rich.
Yeah. I feel like your guys's your guys' fathers is more about pride.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Pride
yeah.
is a big thing
of
for the
course.
guys
in
your age.
Of course.
Pride is what sets you guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
of
Rich,
course.
And that's the thing,
Yeah.
dude.
Hey,
A lot
Rich,
of the times it's like, dude, they can't do it because of their pride, bro.
Yeah. And here's the
And
thing.
that's all they're fucking drilled in with. I
Right.
feel like.
Yeah.
And what Evo
You
was
know?
saying to piggyback off that is like, you know, he said he doesn't hold grudges because he has a great understanding of why people do what they
I
do,
give people
right?
second chances.
Right,
dude.
because you
Right,
understand them.
right,
And here's
right,
the
right.
thing. I had a fallout with him a couple months ago. It was all fucked up, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is at that around that time, I attended like numerous funerals, right? And one of them had a girl that we knew.
Yeah.
And it was his family friend. He introduced me to her, and she died. She passed away, R.I.P. Her brother went up there and started talking on the mic, and he was he was fighting with his dad, so he hadn't been to the house in like 2 years or something because of some petty shit with his dad.
Right.
And what he was saying was like, you know, if you got some petty shit going on with your parents or your loved ones, just squash that shit. And we were in that fallout, right? And so
Right.
for me,
Right.
I was unrealistically waiting for something that I wasn't gonna get.
It's not gonna happen
Because I
Right.
had, but see, I didn't hold the grudge because I had an understanding of who he was, and so at that point, it's like because of that understanding, it allowed me to forgive
That's
him.
what makes you your man.
It allowed me to forgive him. So it's like, you know,
That's what makes you're a man.
and so I don't. It's like it makes what Eva was saying is like because of we can do that, because we can have an understanding,
Right.
because we can truly not hold that grudge, to have that understanding. Like, you know, it brings me back to his question to you: is like, why do you feel that way with your pops? Still,
my
you know?
man.
Your dad came from an active lifestyle.
Oh, he Water 13.
Yeah,
That's what
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Said
So
more.
when you come from that type of lifestyle, it's a different ballgame.
way
Yeah.
different.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
didn't come from a gang style lifestyle. Rich family did. He was raised in that shit.
Right.
So it's a little different.
Right,
You know
it's
what
a
I mean?
different vibe on that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
on that whole scenario.
I believe that.
And if he's, you know, I think when you have parents that are not there with you,
Right.
you know, you tend to get almost like numb
Yeah.
to
Oh, yeah.
them.
Hey, I'm
And, you
jealous.
know,
I'm
and,
jealous.
and,
as fuck.
and
Right.
it's not like it's not at the end of the
Sorry.
day, like Rich says, it's not that we don't love them,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
but I
That's
think
what I was gonna say next.
we don't need them.
Right.
So since
right.
we don't need them, we've kind of became our own men,
That makes sense.
and we've carved our own fucking path.
Right.
That
I'm
hey,
getting tattooed next week. Fuck that.
I don't
For
fucking
pain.
need you. I don't
Yeah,
fucking
for
need
pain,
you.
yeah.
So
yeah.
so
Oh,
you
it
know,
is what it is, you know.
And that gives me more perspective on how you guys feel about it, or you know what I mean, and more understanding. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I mean, my dad. I know I don't have any beef with my dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And deep inside, I love my dad. I think he was brought up really fucked up, and he did the best he could in his own way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But unfortunately, you know, as humans, we are sometimes resentful towards things.
Mhm.
And he married into a family that I don't care for. So, you know, I know that he has his own. You know, he has his own cell phone, so we can call him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I can probably call him, and it's something that I need to do, because, you know, I think he's tried
Mhm.
to do the best that he can.
Mhm.
And I think us as humans and as individuals, you know, everybody's human, and I think you got to give everybody a second chance.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you got to come to peace with those things
Right.
in order for you to grow, like you guys mentioned on this podcast.
It's rough, though.
Yeah,
It's rough, but you know
really
what?
rough.
I don't like living in regret. I don't like regret.
no,
Regret
because
is
that
a
only
fucking-
holds you back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you got to think about the good times,
Yes.
not think about the bad times,
Right.
and not think about the regrets, and not
Right,
think about
right.
the bad times.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
why he wasn't there. To be honest with you, because I guess where I am in life, I really don't give a fuck what happened in the past.
Right.
With me,
because
I
you guys still did it.
Yeah,
Both you guys.
I think for me, it's just. I think it's more like, how should I say?
Did it?
No, it's not that. I think it's more like, you know, I'm just. There's a word out for it. Like, I can call him right now, and he'll probably answer the phone. I just think that it's weird. It's a weird thing. Like I said earlier, since I don't need him,
Yeah.
it's not something that is pressing in my life. But deep inside, I know it's important for him that I reach out to him, that I talk to him, even though he's reached out to some of my sisters and said, hey, you know, Dad try to reach out to you, or he try to call you, you know, and so on and so forth.
Right.
And I never had any beef with him. I just think that the last conversation that when I try to reach out to him, I think it was on Father's Day, his wife answered. And I, you know, I hate to say this, but I have little regards for her.
Yeah.
I don't respect her. I have nothing that I could say anything good about her.
Yeah.
And she answered the phone, And then she said he'll call you back. He never called me back. In my opinion, I think he never told him.
Yeah.
And then months later, he tried to reach out to me, and I just didn't have time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things that you just kind of put on the, just kind of goes on the, on curbside.
Right.
Put it on the burner.
Put on a burner.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's something that I need to reach out to him before things get too late and just have a conversation with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's something that I still need to do. I need to close that door.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that closing. Yeah.
So
It'll make you feel better, bro.
well, not only
Both
does
of
it
you
make
guys.
me feel better, I'm not really concerned about how it makes me feel.
You don't.
I'm more concerned about how it's going to make him feel.
Right.
Mm.
You know what I
see
mean? And
that.
how it's going to bring some type of comfort to him.
Right.
Because I know
Closure to
that
him.
because I know he's seeking that. I'm not.
But
Really
that's gonna
seeking
make
that.
you feel good, though, right?
Yeah, we're not done in life.
Yeah.
We're not done in
Yeah.
life.
Right.
You know? We're not done. You know.
Understandable. Man,
Shit, yeah.
I want to talk to my old man. I want to tell him like, hey,
you should.
is this live? Like,
This is live,
This
dog.
is
This
live, bro.
is look, bro. He gonna see this.
I'm gonna fuck him up then.
He gonna call you
I
back.
wanna-
I'll tell you that,
I wanna
bro.
fuck
He's gonna be
him
like,
up.
"Hey, what's
So-
up? You want to
so-
go get some food?"
So, Rich, I remember you mentioning something about your pops. I'd say a few years ago, when we were barely getting together. We were sitting at the McDonald's. We were going to a show at the Irvine. We were
Yeah.
going to kill the fucking
I
show.
remember that.
And we killed the fucking show. And I remember you sharing something with us that he reached out to you and he said something about,
I'll take you next time.
hey, man, hey, I'm in this situation, blah, blah, blah. Can you do something for me, blah, blah, blah. And you reached back out to him. I remember you sharing that with us and saying, hey, man, that's your fucking lifestyle. That's what you choose to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know what else you want me to do. I mean, that's what you continue wanting to do. I'm trying to better my life.
You know what's crazy is I was the one who he just wanted money,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, fuck. Here's $1,000. Don't call me after that.
Mm-hmm.
But for him, it was like a G was like, cool. I'm
Yeah.
out. I'm off and running.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm rolling.
Yeah, like that's the crazy thing with it.
Yeah.
It's really not that big of a deal. Hey,
Yeah.
involve your life.
It's not a
to be-
big deal for us.
right?
But it means the world to them.
No. But so it meant the world to me that if you would have evolved the life with me and stay with me, then stay with me, pops. Chill, kick back with me.
Yeah.
I will not hesitate to drop ducats on.
You should have just told him that,
Bro.
bro. He probably just needs
Come
to
on,
fucking
man.
hear
No,
that.
but
dog.
see,
Hey,
but see,
it's a
we're talking
it's
different
a whole-
lifestyles.
Yeah, different lifestyles.
dog.
but this is
different-
the whole different
Yeah,
lifestyle.
dog.
So this is
Something
this
that
is
he probably needs new in his life.
Hey, that-
new.
hey,
so-
homeboy is so
he
full
probably
of-
feels like no one wants to give a
He-
fuck about him, but
he-
he still got support.
East side.
see one thing you got to realize about
Yeah,
pops like Rich's pops
yeah.
is
Right.
that they run games.
It's not gonna matter.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, dog. Hey,
And Rich,
they're fucking. Hey, dog.
that's their lifestyle.
The mentality was
Hey,
different.
this
Yeah,
table
is-
so what Rich is
I
saying
understand
is
that.
that if he were to come legit, there's nothing that Rich wouldn't do
Yeah.
to make that happen.
Right.
And that's something that you have to read between the fucking lines to understand that.
Yeah.
How do you want me to fix that?
Right. Right.
How do you want me to do that? You tell me.
You really can't fix that, Rich.
Yeah.
It's based on that person, and I know what you're
He's
trying
just
to say.
molded like
but
that.
you wish,
right,
just like I
right,
wish,
right.
that our parents were different. We
Right.
wish that our dads were different, and that we know that if they were to make that move, we throw the fucking kitchen sink out the fucking
Oh,
window to make that fucking happen.
At the gate, dog. At
Right.
the gate. At the gate. At
You
the
know what I
gate.
mean?
Yeah.
It's no hesitation. You know what I mean?
Shit.
No
Yeah.
hesitation.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah.
Great.
And
So that's the difference between, having a dad that's involved
Yeah,
in your life
yeah,
versus a dad that was not in your life, which there are positives from both sides.
Right. Right.
You have a dad that gives you a tool set. And
Right.
You have a dad that doesn't give you a tool set, but you build your own fucking tool set in life.
Right.
Yeah.
And At the same time, it almost makes you stronger.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're probably more effective than somebody who probably did have the dad in a sense.
Because
Right.
you're able to get through any fucking situation in life, no matter what things are thrown at you. You're able to come up and you're able to land on your feet just like a fucking cat
all the time, every
no matter
time.
what fucking
Like a
happens.
goddamn cat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is the difference.
And it's crazy because
So-
I feel like that's something
Hey.
that's like an instinct that you have. Like we grow up in the same era, but when it comes to that skill or that level of like strength or mindset or whatever the fuck that is, like you have that. You know what I mean?
And see, that's another thing. That's something that was, I guess, ignorant on my part.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking, like, I fucking have this amazing fucking tool set. I have a fucking tool set that is fucking priceless, and I brought it to you.
Yeah.
And I figure, if I bring this tool set to my son, he's going to be a fucking genius. What I didn't know is that life is not built on guarantees, and it's not built
That's
on
crazy,
what you
huh?
want them to do.
Hey, that's crazy though.
This is different.
Hey, that's crazy though.
Yeah,
This is different.
because
That's fucking
he
crazy.
has a different mindset.
Yeah.
He has more of an art mindset,
Creative.
more of a different mindset.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's not so much as like struggling. It's like
Exactly. It's not about that.
Fucking-
So this is something that you guys can take to your family someday and say, no matter what you've learned in life, doesn't mean you have a guarantee. And no matter what you
Right.
learn in life, you're not going to take it to your
Right.
son
And pass it.
say,
Right.
this
Right.
motherfucker
Yeah.
is
You'll be
guaranteed to be successful in
You're
what the fuck I
successful
tell
now.
him to be.
Yeah, right.
It's not that way.
Yeah.
And it's something that I learned.
right.
And it's something that I learned
think we
through
all
him.
learned.
I learned through you guys. That's saying, okay, well,
Does-
I'm not happy doing that shit. Even though that I can tell him, I go, if you do these steps and you take this path, you can make X amount of dollars, and you can fucking go wherever the fuck you want. You can drive
Yeah.
wherever the fuck you want, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. To think that
That's crazy.
to think that you have this knowledge and the fact that you have this guarantee is not enough to fucking motivate you to do what the fuck I'm telling you to do. It's got to be a learning process for you to think
At the
that,
end of the
hey,
day, dog, at the
we're
end of
not all the fucking same,
Yeah.
and we're not all bit the same.
Yeah.
But you gotta fucking
Struggle's different.
support them,
Right.
And it's something that I had to
Right.
learn the hard way.
Right.
To think that through the podcast, I've learned more about him and
Right.
who he is, and what he's been trying to tell me for
I've
the
thought-
last
I've thought
fucking
about that
years.
too, yeah.
To think that, Dad, I'm not like you.
Yeah.
I have different goals.
Yeah.
I have different pursuits in life.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's something that I have to respect
Right.
and say, it came to a point where I saw a very
Yeah.
very weird situation where it made me feel really weird about where he was heading to
It
say,
almost felt like you were doing something wrong or something.
well, it wasn't that I was doing something
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah,
but I
that's not
felt,
wrong, yeah.
but I felt that he was in a place that it was very
It's different.
negative, and then I felt that he was in a place that
Yeah.
that I needed to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to give you your dues. And the reason why I didn't give you your dues, because I felt that until you reach certain levels in your life, I don't feel right giving you your props.
Yeah.
So there was a time in our life, a few months ago, where we were head to head on things. And I said, okay, let's sit down, let's talk about this.
Mhm.
And I felt that I needed to tell you certain things that you were doing that I never gave you props enough, because I felt that if I gave you props, you were going to stop. You weren't going to continue to do what you were supposed to do or pursue what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I decided to just lay it all on the table and say, okay, I'm proud of you for X, Y, and Z. And I think you should pursue what makes you happy. I think my happiness is different from your happiness, different from your happiness or
Right.
your happiness.
Right.
And it's something that you need to figure out for yourself.
And
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
And I'm glad you shared that, because like that is a really, really, really gray area, because
it's called glitcha.
the thing about it is
You know
like
glitcha.
because I think like to a certain extent, like I think I will be you when it comes to the drive
Of course.
But exactly in whatever
Of
I'm
course.
doing. And I think I will be you when it comes to the work ethic. And I think it will be, I think, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know.
In
like
your
that,
own way.
And seeing like that tool set, I did use some of it. And some of it has came, you know, I've used it now rather than earlier in my life. You know what I'm saying? And there's things that I had to create my own tools to, or I got to finesse different tools for, you know what I mean, for what I'm doing now. But see, it's like you said, like that, I think that right there is real gold, where you said, you know, you could have all this experience and you can create this immaculate set of tools and try to pass it to your child. And that doesn't guarantee that they're going to be more successful than you or even want to take the same path as you.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's something you
I think
guys
we
take to
figured it
your
out.
own kids someday.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I think we figured it out.
In my
For sure.
mindset, I figured it out. I got the fucking code to
Right.
the life. I'm gonna pass it on to him,
Right.
and it's gonna be a slam dunk.
Right.
Thank again.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It doesn't work like that.
Right.
That's crazy because everyone's learning.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking learning,
Yeah,
bro. Adjusting
No,
to
I-
shit.
I think we fucking learned it.
You guys got it down though.
Yeah.
I just gotta figure it out.
At the end of the
We-
day, bro.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day,
At the end of
it's
the day.
like you see
Yeah.
him doing good. That
At the-
makes you feel good. That's how you should always feel. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
At-
Everything's
at-
good.
At the end of the day,
Guys to be-
just
I want you guys to be happy in what you guys are
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Whatever it is,
definitely.
And
whether it's
succeed in it.
financial, but
and
what you're doing is
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned to you before, if this goes beyond this table that we're sitting, that's fine.
Better not.
But you've helped out a lot of fucking people that don't have the fucking answers.
Right.
And their dad are not open enough to fucking talk to them
Yeah.
and tell them X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
This is super important. If I had this when I was fucking 18,
Yeah.
holy shit. This would
Crazy.
be fucking
Life would be a lot
priceless for
different.
me.
Absolutely.
Life would be a lot different, bro.
Millionaires.
Absolutely.
They would have
Should've.
been millionaires already.
You know,
They would have been fucking millionaires, dude. For sure.
Yep,
Of
man.
course.
Yeah, man. And so, you know, and I appreciate you guys for coming on, man.
No, thank you for having us.
And I think we need
Thank
to
you.
I think we need to bring
Thank you.
more
Appreciate you,
you
man.
know, more OGs. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
And listen, and honestly too,
Oh, man.
what I got I got you.
My hand's like strained.
I'm about to go back at it.
Because like I mean, and that's the thing, man. And like one thing too, I do want to thank you too, Rich. Is like, you know, it's like, I think you're a genuine person, you know, and I think you bring a lot of value to my dad as a friend, you know. And I think, you know, growing up, my dad didn't have too many people that he could call a real good friend that he could count on, and I really feel like that's someone that you count on you for. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
hey, you know what?
I'm gonna be honest right now.
I'm gonna battle for you.
I'm gonna be honest right now. Is
I'll
Rich
go
sitting
right
on
for
this
you.
fucking table? It should mean a lot to everybody that's experiencing this right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rich would not be here
Absolutely.
if it wasn't for so many fucking reasons.
Yeah.
And that itself, I'm not gonna go into it, but
Yeah.
that itself should speak volume in itself.
Absolutely.
Are we good? We're good.
Shake my. I just want to shake your hand on
Nice.
camera. It's on camera, all day.
Is it?
It is.
Hey, I want to know how many times you watched this one, right?
Yeah.
Let me know.
You better get a lot of fucking followers on this fucking post.
Hey.
I appreciate all you guys, man.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
This was dope ass fucking conversation.
follow Rich on Instagram.
The thing of it is, this conversation was right here.
It's genuine.
Absolutely.
This is right here.
Yeah.
We're not gonna give no pages out. This conversation is right here.
Jay,
Yeah.
just know
Yeah.
once the headphones come off, dog, it's a different world.
Yeah.
Later.
Peace.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. See you in the next one. Please like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah.
I love you. Hey, I love you guys
Appreciate all
too.
you.
Thank you.
All right, y'all.